everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hang on one second. One second. Again, I planned the show and some things popped off. So I got have to try to include them in the show. This is very important, right? This is very important. Uh okay. Hold on one second. All right. So, all right. It's gonna be very difficult for it's going to be very difficult for the Cleveland Browns to move away from Shedeur Sanders. Why? Because the fans have seen the light. And yesterday we played a video from a fan who was disgusted with Kevin Stefanski, his ego, and his agenda. Now you know the word agenda. I asked y'all to define it. Y'all know what we talking about. Y'all know what we talking about. Good old Jim Crow racism, right? And today, and see, I knew when I shared with y'all that I could see how everybody is popping up for the photo op. Everybody, it's a photo opportunity. Has them with the kids with the 12. Barry popping out in the locker room with Shedeur. All these people know they on camera. Stefanski in particular keep walking up to Shedeur on the camera, making them seem like there's no problem here. And we talked about this, and somebody and I were back and forth in the comments, agreeing that something's going on, right? Something's going on. Kevin Stefanski has gotten himself in trouble. I told y'all last week, he made himself a legal liability. Has them running out there with them kids. Andrew Barry running up to Shedeur. And them letting us know that Barry is the one who wanted Deshaun to make the trip, even though he not on the travel squad because they didn't let him practice yet. And Barry is the one that wanted Deshaun to help Shedeur. Now y'all heard the caller last night, the guy, the fan. Y'all heard the fan talk about how dirty Stefanski did Deshaun. So I got Barry popping back up, ain't seen him in weeks. Then he comes and makes sure Deshaun make the trip and make sure Deshaun out there helping Shedeur. So again, it seems like it's the house divided, and Barry is the one kind of, congratulating Shedeur, making it seem like he real proud of him, giving him an attaboy. But Stefanski is the one making Shedeur seem irrelevant, not just in the locker room, but with the game plan itself. Now, remember, Stefanski is the head coach. He still came up with the game plan. It's still his schemes, whatever. Yes, Shedeur has a sleeve, and Tommy Reese appears to be on Shedeur's side. So, Tommy Reese, Andrew Barry, Shedeur. Over here, Stefanski and some people you can't see, because somebody is protecting Stefanski. And if you don't believe me, I want you to understand, I knew they was going to ask Shedeur about his relationship with Stefanski. How did I know that? Because other people have been out here trying to convince the fans, us, the Shedeurians, the aunties, the unks, the dog pound, and anybody else, and some judges, that Stefanski didn't do nothing wrong, that he's not racist, that he don't have an agenda. Bullshit. But that's what they've been doing. When they started that mess on those local stations talking about, see, Shedeur meets with Stefanski every morning. Shedeur took the initiative to do that, and they tried to use it in Stefanski's favor to rescue him because he's a legal liability. But they could just fire him, and they probably gonna have to after this, because now people pissed off because they done went and asked Shedeur about Stefanski. They want Shedeur to rescue Stefanski at the same time Stefanski is playing in Shedeur's face. All of these cameras, he know the cameras are on them. Running up to Shedeur, putting his arm on Shedeur, making him seem like he give a damn about Shedeur. Simultaneously, while he is in his face, trying to redeem himself because he has made himself a legal liability. At the same time, he used the game plan in his messaging to the team in the locker room to make Shedeur seem irrelevant as hell. That is the most two-faced, backstabbing BS I have ever seen between Jerry Jeudy and Kevin Stefanski. That's why this team can't get nowhere, and fans know it. And they not parting ways with Shedeur because that's what Stefanski want. They sick of Stefanski. And because the fans, the ones that they want to come see Outcast, the ones, and that's another thing, and the ones that they want to buy the season tickets, and the ones that they want to come back to the Muni lot. See, when they was out there at the Muni lot doing all of the, what the hell was it called? The damn little dance they was doing. I forgot what it's called just that fast. When they was doing that, they ain't have nothing to say. They was out here creating VIP experiences to make something better than that. But when they stayed home, let me bring in Outcast. Yeah, I want y'all to come back. Why? Because they black. Haslam with them kids weren't black, but they had on Shedeur Sanders' jersey. Who is black? Andrew Berry, tried him out. He's black. Deshaun Watson, he's black. Outcast, they black. Charles Woodson, black. If I got all of this blackness, how can I be racist? Because you are. You just a two-faced dog. That's just what you are. It was disgusting to see Jerry Jeudy after stopping the run. See, people want to talk about the fumble, but he actually stopped running. He slowed down so they could catch him. Why? So Shedeur couldn't get a passing touchdown. Why? Because the game plan Stefanski put together, and you saw it play out. They took Shedeur off the field. And that's why his QBR is a damn 8. And that's why Rex Ryan Chiclet teeth, that's why he said Shedeur didn't do nothing. That was the plan. You're going to listen to Cody Kessler, who was on Arena Gridiron. Shout out to the Arena Gridiron for changing the goddamn panel. Talib is on there. Cody Kessler, who played for the Browns, and Haslam need to call him up and hire him immediately. What Haslam need to do, instead of sending people out here to try to redeem and repair Kevin Stefanski's reputation, because he intentionally acted in AZZ and showed people he didn't like Shedeur because he was black. He intentionally did that, just like he intentionally broke down Deshaun Watson. That's why they got Deshaun out there in Vegas. There is a lawsuit somewhere. And if it's not Brian Flores, it's the $100 million lawsuit, or there's a new one. But somebody got told something, because everything you're seeing out of Cleveland is a goddamn photo op. Everything. And then they want to go to Shedeur. That's how bad it is. Well, Shedeur, how's your relationship with Stefanski? What the hell you think he gonna say? But he's smart. I still got to work here. It's part of his answer. And the other answer is, yeah, it was a problem. To Shedeur, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna listen to that. Because see, everybody want to now redeem Stefanski. What you want to save him for? He didn't want to be saved. He wanted to be. He wanted you to see his agenda. He wanted you to see his racism. He didn't give a damn about Shedeur. And I don't give a damn how many times you asked Shedeur about his relationship with Kevin Stefanski. Right now, you can just look at the damn game and see him posturing, see him with the photo op for Shedeur while they're trying to repair his reputation, and simultaneously making Shedeur seem irrelevant to the team's success so his QBR could be low, because that bum knows how they calculate QBR. And even the guy, Cody Kessler, said, I hate they did that to him. Did what, Cody Kessler? Took Shedeur out the game. They did it intentionally. And they knew the Raiders would be considered a lowly opponent. Do y'all know they gave Geno Smith a higher rating for passer than they gave Shedeur? How many times was Geno Smith sacked? See, this the problem I have right here. We in the crux of the problem I have. Don't be coming for our money and bringing black people out so you can take pictures with them like we at the goddamn petting zoo, while you're simultaneously trying to destroy us, because that's what the hell is happening. They trying to destroy Shedeur's career, and at the same time want Shedeur to rescue Stefanski because he didn't got his feet caught in the bear trap that he set for Shedeur. Stefanski dug his own goddamn grave, let him lie in it. He didn't know he was going to embarrass his family. He know his father over there in the NBA. Yeah, everybody talking. Damn, he racist. Their whole family must be racist. Fast. What did I say last night? He's such a damn idiot. He out here making his family look bad. People gonna be like, damn, even the kids must be racist because they whole damn family racist. What are people talking about? His father being racist against Allen Iverson. This is all Stefanski. I told y'all he's gonna get everybody roped up. Now Haslam got to protect himself. Barry got to come out here and look like and Barry's self-serving. Understand this. See, they put so much and said he did this, he did that. We took a big swing and miss with the shine, so we didn't want Shedeur. Then we get Shedeur, he bows out and he increases his draft stock. He does exactly what Barry said he would do, despite Stefanski trying to tear him down. That's why Barry was so excited with Shedeur. He probably said, you still got it done. Yeah. The game plan was intended to make Shedeur irrelevant to the success of the team. Despite all of the records he broke, this, that, and the other, they thought about this. Then his bum ass went into the locker room with his bum behavior and undermined Shedeur's leadership and made him seem irrelevant to the team's success by hyping up everybody else, giving Myles Garrett the game ball, and then going, good job, Shedeur. All of this while you playing in my face on the field. If Shedeur was a child, he would be totally confused. Well, damn, it seemed like you like me, but then now it seems like you don't in front of, I'm confused. A child would be confused. That's called manipulation. He's disgusting. And Haslam better fire Stefanski before Haslam be forced to sell this team. And if y'all don't believe me, I just told you last week. They in trouble. I said some other things. I said a lot of things. And see, Haslam think he's above reproach. Well, apparently not so much that you can run down here with these kids with this 12 jersey on that was not his grandkids, and they let the lie stand. And I told you that is not his grandkids. And nobody corrected it. And I know they know. And I told you that one kid with the white jersey, that was new. Photo op. And then Shedeur gets robbed in the process. I know they was like, Lord, people gonna think we did it. That shows you how bad their reputation is where Shedeur is concerned. That shows you that everybody felt like Stefanski did it. Now they out here trying to repair Stefanski's reputation, and when it's not working, you know why it's not working? Because Stefanski is still setting up Shedeur while he's simultaneously trying to get a photo op to redeem himself. That is a self-serving, backstabbing bum. Come over here, Shedeur, so I can look good with you so I don't get in trouble. That's He's stabbing him in the back and smiling in his face at the same damn time. And then they want to ask Shedeur like they don't know he has to posture his comments. Of course he does. He has to let the truth be known at the same time. Protect himself, which means he know they smiling in his face and stabbing him in the back with the game plan in the locker room. He know that they photo ops, and if he don't and he see this goddamn video, he gonna know. But I'm pretty sure he know because he's smart. See, they don't even want his talent because they know it's gonna come with his leadership and elevated gameplay. Damn game. Cleveland is turned, and you think you're gonna go in there and let Stefanski put Dillon back? They done with Dillon. They standing on Stefanski's head, and they pushing for Haslam to fire him immediately. None of that end of the season crap. You know why? Because he's still setting up Shedeur and disrupting the win for the fans, for the team, for all of their hard work, because his agenda matters more. So what did I ask the other day? Who is covering for Stefanski? Whoever it is the reason all of these photo ops are happening. Whoever it is, the reason they asked Shedeur about his relationship with Stefanski today. Whoever it is the reason people in the media are trying to say, well, Stefanski don't seem like a bad coach because he watched video with Shedeur, trying to sell us some BS like we don't know. That's why this channel keeps people informed. So when you hear the bullshit, you recognize it. I knew they was going to run over there to Shedeur. They just did it faster than I thought. And the reason I didn't think they would do it right now is because we can plainly see Stefanski is still setting him up in the game. So this tells you it's urgent to redeem this fool. Now, Stefanski dug that grave. He was proud with it. And I said it. He wants y'all to know. He wants y'all to know. And now he wants somebody to fix it. You done scorched your whole damn family. Your kids too. Because kids are cruel. Your daddy racist. We like Shedeur. Them little white kids, yeah, Y'all saw how Flacco son told him, you ain't good. Hell, Lane Kiffin's son flat out told him, I'm not playing ball for my daddy. And y'all don't think they'll tell Stefanski kids, your daddy racist, perfect timing. You damn right. And kids gonna go home crying. They said daddy racist. Well, daddy made himself racist. And he just scorched his whole damn family. And anybody with that last name in Cleveland is toast. Cleveland is sick of Stefanski. And why the hell Haslam want to hold on to him? He crazy. Because you know what? I be on the phone with Cody Kessler. Hey, how you doing? Come on over here. We're going to find something for you to do. Get the hell out, Stefanski. The new head coach going forward, until I change my mind and find somebody else, but it should be going forward, Tommy Reese. One person that seemed like they picked up on what was going on with Jerry Jeudy and tried to get past it. And if I had to bet good money, Stefanski is the reason Jerry Jeudy was out there. Point shaving or not. Because I still don't know why they paid him $54 million. And I know it ain't guaranteed. Because if it is, they crazy. Unless he's an asset. And not an asset to help them win, but an asset to help them be corrupt. Because that's all I see. He's not that good. And he's not trying to win. Maybe with Dillon, but not with Shedeur. Y'all know that comes from Stefanski. So understand this. We done talking about Dillon because meaning the general population paying attention to this. Nobody expects to see Dillon back on that field. Somebody said Shedeur gonna have to get hurt. I got news for you. That better not happen. Because we already see, and everybody else does too, whether they hold Stefanski accountable, they are pointing it out. He shouldn't have been taken off the field, but they did that so he doesn't get credit contributing to the team's success. That's on Stefanski. But I told y'all, this fire gonna rest at Haslam's feet because he is allowing Stefanski to do damage. And look at where we are today. People talking about Stefanski yesterday, again today, that he shouldn't have took Shedeur off the field, that was wrong to do that. It was intentional. It was intentional. And to ask Shedeur to comment on his relationship with Stefanski in an attempt to save Kevin Stefanski, hell no. He already saving his damn job. So I don't think they wanted them to win at all. And when they realized they could win, they just didn't want Shedeur to be a part of it from the beginning. So Stefanski knew he had it to win, but I don't have to win with Shedeur. So I'm going to manipulate a game plan that makes Shedeur seem irrelevant, but at the same time, expose me like I've been exposing myself the whole time. But to cover it up, I'm going to go and hug on Shedeur for the photo ops. And you want Shedeur to save Stefanski. Oh, y'all out of y'all goddamn mind. I'm like, just crazy, bro. I'm like, it's just crazy out here where the Browns are concerned. And, you know, I told y'all, these people rarely apologize, right? Y'all know what they did to Shedeur in the draft. The only reason the defensive coordinator's son had to apologize because that's the lie he stuck with. He didn't even make the phone call, but he the one that had to apologize because they didn't want to identify the real caller. And never came back and cleaned that up at all. And then they still colluded against Shedeur. Even after being busted, they don't know when to quit. And neither does Stefanski. It's ridiculous. What's really transpiring? And to go get Shedeur, to ask Shedeur to redeem Stefanski and put Shedeur on the field to help Shedeur position Stefanski as a good head coach so he can come back next year and tear down the team again or win with a white quarterback and humiliate the black quarterback. Do you know how disgusting that is? That's like go and get a damn slave that you'd have beat up every damn day because ethics violations want to say something about the plantation master or whatever. So you're going to go get a slave. How do you treat you? Oh, yeah, we eat good around here. We eat good. Yeah, no, we good. We good. No, the hell you not. No, the hell you not. And I knew they was going to do it. That's how desperate they are. That's how desperate they are. They trying to clean up this fool's reputation when he intentionally set out to show all of us he has an agenda. He wanted us to know he has an agenda. That's why everybody knows he has an agenda, because he wanted you to know. But now he want to fix it. Now everybody want to fix it. No, you're going to need God for that. And I'm pretty sure he ain't on his side. I'm pretty sure he on Shedeur's side. I'm pretty damn sure. Get mad if you want to, but that's just what it is. So let me see if I can get this video. This young man on the screen, because he gonna tell you what I said. They set him up in the game. The new part today is that not only did they set him up in the game, hold on one second, I gotta save this file. Not only did they set him up in the game, while they were setting him up, at the same exact time they were setting him up, they were taking photo ops to make themselves not appear like they have an agenda. I don't know why the word agenda gets more points than the word that actually describes the situation as racism, but I'm fine using the word agenda. Maybe it hits home. Maybe racist is too direct. Agenda. They uncomfortable with the word racism because that's what it is. But they fine with the word agenda. So I'm going to speak your language. So Kevin Stefanski's agenda is the topic of conversation. And fans are ready for him to go. I don't give a damn if he think he going back to Dylan or not. Fans ready for him and Dylan to get the hell on. Facts. And if Haslam tried to get rid of Shedeur, at the same time, Browns peoples are saying, love the one you with. Shedeur Sanders did something no other Browns QB did. That kid is special. If he had started the season, we will be in playoff contention. Facts. And y'all think the fans gonna part ways with Shedeur? This is why they never wanted to get Shedeur ready, because they knew. See, they know how good he is. They know without a doubt how good he is. That's why they didn't want him on the field. That's why he was so far behind. I don't even want to make money from you. Why? Because if you put Shedeur on the field and you let him have a whole offseason like he said, it's going to get dangerous around here. All these other quarterbacks going to look mediocre like they actually are. See, I need mediocre to balance out mediocre. I need Brock Purdy to balance out J.J. McCarthy and Trevor Lawrence. I can't have Shedeur out here because, goddamn it, then when Shedeur and Lamar play, that's going to be the most talked about game. And they succeeded. They didn't really get that kind of pub for that game because they intentionally didn't talk about it. And they set up both quarterbacks, not just Shedeur. The Ravens set up Lamar too. And the Ravens defense protected Dylan. Now that's just crazy, right? Let's take a listen to Cody Kessler so you can see what they do to hold back Shedeur. Somebody asked, okay, so you keep taking him out the game. You keep sabotaging him in the game. You clearly don't want him to play. You don't want him to win. What are you going to do next? Get him hurt. Illness or injury? Because the game plan has been exposed. Take a listen.
I'll tell you. I'll explain it. Let me explain it. Go ahead.
QBR 9 is crazy.
Yes.
Cody, give us the stats.
I'm going to tell you why, though. I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with it at all. But I'm going to tell you why he got a QBR of 8.7. So QBR calculates a quarterback's contribution to winning games. So look at it like this. From 0 to 100, what's your percentage that you had to do with the win? But it doesn't just calculate the quarterback. It takes in everything. The defense, your opponent, totality of everything that happened in the game will get points towards QBR. And that's why sometimes, Akeem, when we see quarterbacks play well and you watch the tape and you go, man, I watched it with my own eyes and their QBR is a 19 or a 25, but you know they played better than that. The reason is because everything that's happening around them. So on Sunday, what hurt Shedeur's QBR were a couple things. The first, the defense getting 10 sacks. That contributed to the win. The defense holding the Raiders to only 10 points. That gets a percentage of the win. That contributes to the win. The other thing that I hated, too, and was a big thing that significantly hurt his QBR was that those 2 rushing touchdowns by Judkins and Wildcat, he wasn't even on the field. So that is going to be significant towards his QBR. Hate they did.
Hate they did that. Now, you know they did that intentionally. Now you see another aspect of the game that they use to manipulate the quarterback play when it's a black quarterback. The quarterback's effectiveness, impact, the contribution. You heard what he said. I hate they did that to him. That part right there is the part that needs to go viral. taking him. He said he wasn't even on the field. That's why they kept taking him off the field. So his QBR could be low. They pre-planned this. The game plan was intentionally designed to make Shedeur seem like he's not a part of the team's success. They couldn't break him down to a game manager like they did Deshaun because we're all watching. And I don't know why they never thought that anybody would analyze this game and come out and say what Cody Kessler said. Now, I'm not in the league. I said it. When we were live, I said, why the hell would they take him out the game? And people were like, oh, that's the normal part. See, that's what they rely on. They rely on you think it's okay. You trust the situation. And then it happened again. I was like, no, hell no. I said, understand this. I've been watching football a long time. It don't go like this. And then we got into the conversation about what? We got into the conversation that you rarely see two Wildcats like that when you take the quarterback off the field, that you only use that play when the quarterback is not good. And I said, see, this is how you know they lied. They said the game plan was going to be tailored to Shedeur's skill set. It was not. They took Shedeur off the field. Kevin Stefanski, the same Kevin Stefanski that did that shit early on in the first quarter that you could see hugging on Shedeur, trying to be talking to Shedeur while he's stabbing him in the back. He's smiling in his face. That's why I said, Shedeur, don't eat at none of their houses for Thanksgiving. If they invite you over there, thank you, but no thank you. I'm hosting, or my mom's hosting at my house. Say my mom's hosting at my house. Because if you say you hosting, they're going to want you to come over. And when you're not looking, they're going to be smiling in your face. And when you turn your back, they're going to push some shit in your drink and you're going to be sick or you're going to be unavailable. Do not trust anybody over there. You got your YNs, you better side eye every last one of them too. I don't give a damn because they desperate. They are desperate. We're getting close to the end of the seasons. The fan don't want to part ways with Shedeur. They don't want to have to keep him. And they don't want, if they trade him, they don't want him to be a QB1. And they don't want Cleveland to revolt. If they put Dillon back out there, it is well known they will revolt. So if they trade away Shedeur to another team, and we could deal with the QB2, QB3, because that ain't going to happen either. And then over here, Cleveland going to be like, what the hell did you get rid of Shedeur for? And if they get rid of Shedeur for anybody that's mediocre, and that's what the plan is because they not black, that's what the plan is, they going to revolt. So the Browns are in a situation where they're having to bend to the will of the fans. The Browns are in a situation where they have to watch what they do because the Shedeurians, we ain't playing. The aunties, we're not playing. The unks, we're not playing. The general population, we're not playing. Black people, we're not playing. So while you're running over there to Essence Magazine and to Me L Hair Products, and you out here having partnerships with them, because I saw it today, and you actively discriminated against black people, so you run into black women to get our dollars while you discriminating against black men. Hell no. It ain't going down like that. And that's what y'all got to watch for. That's what you got to watch for. Hell no. You want black women's dollars for products that are no longer, they used to be black owned. You don't even want us to really know that they're not black owned no more. And then they want to partner with the NFL because it's black women while they tear down black men. No, it ain't happening, boo. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. They want to see Shedeur fail. It ain't happening. You think you're going to trade him as anything less than a QB1 and start this cycle all over again? It ain't happening. You think you're going to put Dillon out there? It ain't happening. You think you're going to keep Stefanski and Shedeur? It damn sure ain't happening because one of them already got to go. And if Shedeur go, he better be going as a superstar that he is. Because if y'all let Stefanski tear this kid down, set him up one more goddamn time with the game plan, make him seem irrelevant one more time, it's going to be hell to pay, and y'all know it because you desperate. You desperate anytime you go to Shedeur and you ask Shedeur on camera about his relationship with Stefanski. You know what the hell it is. You ain't said nothing all this time, but now that he done got his dumb ass in trouble, he want to sit up here and get somebody to help him because he done torched his whole damn family. He's a damn fool, and Haslam is a damn fool for letting him still work there. I don't give a damn what Shedeur say about their reputation while he at work. He can only say what he can say because their contracts damn near demand loyalty. Hell no. All of it, no. It ain't going down like that. You want to keep gravitating toward black people, cool. But if you crazy, if you think we going to be silent about the way you treat Shedeur or any other black quarterback out here, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, see, that's their problem. And this sort of let you know this is what they want to do overall. We want people to dress Stefanski's reputation up after he dug a grave for himself. They want Shedeur to resurrect his reputation when he been out here targeting Shedeur the whole time, lying on this kid. And at the same time, he know he need his reputation resurrected. He's smiling in Shedeur's face and taking him out the damn game so his QBR could be low. Because all he doing is looking for an excuse to go back to his boo, Dylan. And Stefanski is allowing it. I told y'all he don't get no pass. And if he want to sit up here and he want to leave Stefanski in this game, all right. He should have fired him a long time ago. If you can't fire a lot of people to be racist, then maybe stop being racist. But you need to be firing good people out here like Cody Kessler who know exactly what the hell they're doing. And you need to elevate Tommy Reese to head coach because he know how to coach and he has respect for all the goddamn players, regardless if they black or white. Instead of out here looking for somebody with a goddamn agenda, how about get somebody that can coach so we can play football? See, that's the problem. And now you want to gravitate toward black people. You want our dollars. Oh, okay. And you think we not going to say nothing. You a goddamn fool for that. You better go ask Target. Who in their third goddamn quarter in a slump. You next because you don't even make as much money as Target. Keep playing. Keep gravitating towards us. Keep trying to split us up. Boo. We bring black men into this world. More than anybody else. More than anybody else. You really think we're going to sit down and just be quiet while you tie Shedeur up to a tree and make him say his name is Toby instead of Kuta Kinte? No. No, it ain't going down like that. I don't give a damn how many black people you go get from the rap world to come on this field so we can all see Kiki and Ha and laugh. We still not going to let you mistreat Shedeur and any other black quarterback because you don't want no more black quarterbacks. How crazy do you have to be to not even to do to what you did to Shedeur Sanders because you don't want 17 black quarterbacks, but then to gravitate toward black people after what happened at Target? Are you serious? So you really do think we are dumb? Well, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. And we're going to burn all your shit down. That's what we're going to do. So keep playing. Keep playing. That's all I'm going to say. Keep playing. So you can go ask Shedeur everything you want to ask Shedeur. We already know Shedeur's relationship with Stefanski. It's worse than we imagined because we saw it from the outside. He gladly showed us from the outside. He doesn't think Shedeur Sanders is worthy of being a quarterback because he's black. We already know that he did the same goddamn thing to Deshaun Watson and try to break him down to a damn game manager. And Haslam allowed it. That's why he was out there with the damn kids with the jerseys on. We don't like when people play in our face like that. We don't like when people think we dumb. And we're not going to sit by and let you abuse Shedeur Sanders another goddamn day because that's what it is. And there's no amount of dressing up Stefanski's reputation that's going to help because, see, Stefanski set his own self on fire. So y'all out here trying to save Stefanski from himself, and you can't do that. So what y'all need to be doing is focused on getting ready for Shedeur to be the quarterback of the future, the franchise QB that you was going to draft him at number 2 and get his goddamn money together. That's what you need to be focused on. Instead of out here trying to help somebody like Stefanski who want everybody to know he has an agenda. And the fans are sick of it. So no amount of bringing in outcasts is going to help you. Actually, they from Atlanta. Why you ain't get nobody from Cleveland? Ain't no rappers up there? You don't even know us if you thought that made sense. Hell, Atlanta at least brought in Jeezy because he from here. That means you just grasping at straws. Show me you're desperate. Let's get back to Cody Kessler, and I'm going to start it over for people that's just not joining us.
That too. He's a rookie quarterback.
Calculates this.
You got to give him those reps though in the red zone. He had one red zone pass the entire game. He needs those reps. Let him throw it on first down. If it doesn't work, then go wildcat maybe second.
So they don't take into consideration how the fuck he got to the red zone?
They do.
That was only 8 points though.
And I think that pass to Bond alone should have been at least 30.
Right.
I say 30 to 40
like, come on,
alone.
That was
but the other thing too that it takes into account is quality of opponent. So the fact that the Raiders are a bad football team, their defense hasn't been great, that'll hurt the QBR. And then the last thing too is it goes into division of credit. So that throw to Sampson, that was behind the line. Great ball, though. I hate people keep saying, like, oh, I was behind the line of scrimmage. You got to throw that on the
Gotta
upfield
throw that.
shoulder.
Man,
If you
I said
throw it
this
behind,
yesterday.
if you throw it over the top, if you throw it low, he can't catch and run.
He's
And
not
he
gonna
doesn't score.
score.
You got to put it on the upfield shoulder. And I can't tell you how tough bubble screens and those swing routes are with a defender right there where you have to manipulate the throw. It was a great throw. But the reason that he didn't get credit for that is because after he caught it, he ran for 68. Samson did to score. So he's going to get 98 of that. Shedeur's going to get 2. Those all played a factor in QBR. You know what else it doesn't account for, though? And this is why I don't love QBR all the time. Is it doesn't account for leadership and confidence and the spark that he created for that football team and the heart that he has and what he's been through. They don't account for those things. They just look at the totality of the game, what you do individually, and also what your defense and the rest of everybody do. But what you have to do as well is watch the tape. You can look at stats, you can look at numbers, but you got to watch the tape, and I did. I want to talk about a couple plays from this game.
All right, so I'm going to play this again, but I'm going to talk through it the second time. Understand this. This guy played for Cleveland. He went to USC. Everybody knows he was a good quarterback. He knows what he's talking about. See, these are the types of people they need to be hiring for these teams, in particular Cleveland. But that's not what they do. They intentionally seek out the Stefanskis, and they know that it's a possibility that Stefanski gonna burn the house down, but they let him do it, and now they want to fix it, and now they want to get the person that Stefanski targeted to fix it, Shedeur, and that has pissed me off. And I knew they was gonna do this, but it pissed me off today because before I went live, I was on IG and I saw a post that was from Essence Magazine that showed the Miele company, because I used to use Miele products. Well, both Essence and Miele used to be Black owned, but they're not. In this particular ad on IG, they were saying the NFL partners with Miele products and Essence Magazine. So they taking 2 products that most people believe are Black owned and having the NFL to partner with them and make it public, targeting Black women and our dollars, while at the same time colluding against, sabotaging, trying to destroy not just Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, every Black quarterback out here. Hell no. Like, we don't bring these men into this world. Like, we couldn't possibly be related to Shedeur. Like, we don't give a damn about Shedeur. I told y'all, Shedeur coming into the league with 6 million fans was to expose. And the longer he in Cleveland, it will continue to expose. And the longer Haslam chooses to hold on to Stefanski and spend time trying to dress up his reputation so he can hold on to him some more, he's going to be forced to sell that team. We already talked about bribery. We already talking about the tenants that have checked off the boxes for racketeering. And they desperate. Everything you have seen from Haslam out there with the kids, Hispanic looking kids with a Black player's jersey on, Deshaun Watson coming out, all of it, even using Jerry Jeudy. It's not a coincidence that the overall result of Jerry Jeudy's action restricted Shedeur from another touchdown. Nobody was in front of him, so he slowed down. Stefanski. And guess what? I read an article with Stefanski's words in it. He defended Jerry Jeudy. Bribery, corruption, racketeering. Somebody said they need to be hit with a RICO. Facts. And this what Haslam go get if he keep fooling with Stefanski and they out here trying to rescue Stefanski reputation, but Stefanski set him own self on fire. He didn't care if people knew. You know, we have standards. We have standards for this position. After he broke down Deshaun Watson and turned over his headset, they got somebody else fired. Then they want to do it again. Let me guess, they want to fire Tommy Rees this season. They're going to catch hell behind that too, because we know Tommy Rees was looking out for Shedeur. And I said, we're going to go slow with this because we don't know. We can already see from the outside looking in. He was looking out for Shedeur. Stefanski is probably the reason Jerry Jeudy was out there. And Stefanski is the article. I still have it. I saved it. Stefanski was actually justifying or taking up for Jerry Jeudy because it resulted in what Stefanski's game plan was tailored to. Not Shedeur's skill set, but to make him seem irrelevant. They know how QBR works. They knew if they made him irrelevant on those touchdowns, that the media will come out and say he didn't do nothing. And what was the first thing Rex Ryan said? They working together. So Stefanski exposing the media knows what the game plan is and what they should be talking about to diminish Shedeur's value, because the overall goal, which is why Stefanski still worked there, is to diminish and continue to devalue Shedeur so they can trade him out of Cleveland get a white quarterback and think you're going to shut the hell up and send him somewhere else at QB2 and QB3 and think because your name is attached to Miel Products in the ad, we ain't going to say nothing. Bullshit. Because it don't work like that. They don't know us. And that's what gets me. They think they can target us and destroy us. They don't know us. They don't know Shedeur. If they knew Shedeur, they wouldn't have asked him shit about Stefanski. But his answer was ready. Let's listen to Cody Kessler one time. For y'all that's just not joining us, this is proof. The sabotage will continue. It already happened in the last game, and Shedeur still won the game. But what did they do? Made him seem irrelevant to the winning. Then took him to the locker room. And I do believe Stefanski sent somebody out there when Shedeur was talking to Coach Prime to say, a black dude, to say, hey, Coach Prime wants, Coach Stefanski wants you. So interrupt what Shedeur got going on with his daddy to come in and be made to be irrelevant and undermine his leadership in front of his own peers. They intentionally gave the game ball to Myles Garrett because they don't want Myles Garrett to keep speaking up for Shedeur. They want to split Myles Garrett away from Shedeur. They want to split Myles Garrett from Quishon. Believe me, they want to split Myles Garrett, Shedeur from they want to split Myles Garrett from Dylan Sampson and Gage and anybody else. That's why them young guys over there so tight. Good luck with that. Because if they call themselves YNs, and maybe Jerry Jeudy felt threatened, so he decided to team up with Stefanski. He should have teamed up with Andrew Berry because that's where his money gonna come from. I want to see what happened with that. People are calling for him to be investigated. I'm like, well, if you want to know what happened, I'll let you know. He stopped running. So Shedeur could seem irrelevant, and they didn't want him to get those passing touchdowns. If Shedeur had those 3 passing touchdowns, was it before the half? Have it, and we still talking about the game. In a good way, the good stuff he did. People still reviewing it, and we damn near back to the weekend. It's Wednesday. Imagine what would have happened if he had 3 touchdowns before the season. Shedeur should have never been a first-round draft pick. But to come out and say immediately he didn't do nothing, he didn't contribute, because you knew what the game plan was, so you was using the same talking points. They all working together against Shedeur. He not just trying to defeat the damn Browns. He's trying to defeat the Browns, the media, and the NFL, because who is covering for Stefanski? Answer that. And that's who the hell Shedeur got to defeat every week, plus the opponent. They're trying to make his life hell. Stefanski made his life hell. Shedeur talked about how difficult it has been. I'm going to play this back, then we're going to move on to Shedeur.
Yes,
Coach,
okay.
give us the stats.
I'm going to
Break
tell
it
you why,
down.
though. I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with it at all, but I'm going to tell you why he got a QBR of 8.7. So QBR calculates a quarterback's contribution to winning games. So look at it like this. From 0 to 100, what's your percentage that you had to do with the win? But it doesn't just calculate the quarterback. It takes in everything. The defense, your opponent, totality of everything that happened in the game will get points towards QBR. And that's why sometimes, Akeem, when we see quarterbacks play well and you watch the tape and you go, man, I watched it with my own eyes, and their QBR is a 19 or a 25, but you know they played better than that. The reason is because everything that's happening around them. So on Sunday, what hurt Shedeur's QBR were a couple things. The first, the defense getting 10 sacks. That contributed to the win. The defense holding the Raiders to only 10 points. That gets a percentage of the win. That contributes to the win. The other thing that I hated, too, and was a big thing that significantly hurt his QBR, was that those 2 rushing touchdowns by Judkins and Wildcat, he wasn't even on the field. So that is going to be significant towards his QBR. I hate they did that, too. He's a rookie quarterback.
Calculates this.
You got to give him those reps, though, in the red zone. He had 1 red zone pass the entire game. He needs those.
I hate they did that to him. That's the most these channels, and I hate. And although I like him as a guest, see, the thing about when Gil's Arena started this show and they were talking about football, they used to have real conversation. Instead of saying, I hate that happened to him, they would have taken that, I hate, he was set up. They would have said it. If you notice, nobody said it. They just focused more on how QBR is calculated. They just pointed out that he was taken off the field, but they're not dealing with the accountability part. And I asked y'all, did Talib come back? Did he say it? No. What did Talib say the last time we heard from him when he went viral? They said Shedeur, he said something was going on with him in the draft, meaning like they set him up. And something's still going on with him. So Talib hears, I hate they did that to him. And his question isn't about the accountability portion of they set him up, or this is what I meant. He could have actually went back to what he said. See, this is what I meant by something's going on with him. They take him off the field when it's important. So they're not dealing with the accountability part. This is why they came after the show, because it had a big reach and they were holding people accountable. Now they just talking. They just talking, right? I still like this cast better than bringing out people who are already exposed by the NFL or expelled from the NFL or caught up in a scandal being racist. Anybody last name Gruden and the other guy, Richie Incognito, they had no business on this show, because this show was put together by a black man. They had black panelists, and then they got Skip. And they still could talk with just Skip. But then something happened to Gil. I think he got roped up in something, but he got let go because he wasn't involved, and his show got hijacked. And then they had all of these people on here pushing these narratives, pushing the NFL narrative, because they loyalists and they want to get back to the NFL. So it was no longer about accountability. Then we had Talib going viral for accountability, speaking the truth. Whenever they speak the truth, they show. And this ain't even they shit, and they took it. And the same thing. And that's why you always got to watch for the play. And now the play is, while we out here actively discriminating against Shedeur, we're going to get to the black women and support them. They're not even black-owned companies no more. But they think you ignorant and you don't know that Essence is no longer black-owned. They think you ignorant and uninformed, so they don't think you know that Miel is no longer a black company. So they're not really partnering with black-owned companies. They're partnering with Procter & Gamble, corporate America, that just fired 300,000 black women. You see? Two-faced. So Cody Kessler need to be hired. This kind of people they need to get, and ain't no help for Stefanski's reputation, because he intentionally set himself on fire. And if Haslam want to lose his team trying to save Stefanski, all right. Remember, that's what she said. Because we already here. I knew they was gonna go get Shedeur, because they ain't got nobody else.
Let them throw it on first down. If it doesn't work, then go Wildcat maybe second.
So they don't take into consideration how the fuck he got to the red zone?
They do.
That was only 8 points, though.
And I think that pass to Bond alone should have been at least 30.
Right.
I say 30 to 40
like, come on,
alone.
That was
but the other thing, too, that it takes into account is quality of opponent. So the fact that the Raiders are a bad football team, their defense hasn't been great, that'll hurt the QBR. And then the last thing, too, is it goes into division of credit. So that throw to Sampson, it was behind the line. Great ball, though. I hate people keep saying, like, oh, I was behind the line of scrimmage. You got to throw that on the upfield shoulder. If you throw it behind, if you throw it over the top, if you throw it low, he can't catch it running.
He's not going to score.
You got to put it on the upfield shoulder. And I can't tell you how tough bubble screens and those swings are with a defender right there where you have to manipulate the throw. It was a great throw. But the reason that he didn't get credit for that is because after he caught it, he ran for 68. Sampson did to score. So he's going to get 98 of that. Shedeur's going to get 2. Those all played a factor in QBR. You know what else it doesn't account for, though? And this is why I don't love QBR all the time. It doesn't account for leadership and confidence and the spark that he created for that football team and the heart that he has and what he's been through. They don't account for those things. They just look at the totality of the game, what you do individually, and also what your defense and the rest of everybody do. But what you have to do as well is watch the tape. You can look at stats, you can look at numbers, but you got to watch the tape, and I did. I want to talk about.
So, all right. Thank you, Cody Kessler. All right. So that's on Gridiron. I actually subscribed to the channel because I liked him as a panelist. Talib is still on there, but there's no accountability. They just talking about what happened. That's what the channel is missing. There was accountability. Now it's gone, but that's where the small podcast is coming at. All right. So understand this. Cody Kessler telling you about QBR and how they use it. It should let you see that it's another tactic that they use to weaponize against the quarterback, right? I'm smiling in your face, but I'm taking you out the game. Or Jerry Jeudy want to slow down. The fact that I involve Jerry Jeudy in this is why I said, screw that point shaving. This is all connected. They all working together to take down this kid, and they needed somebody on the field. And last week against the Ravens, it was the O-lineman on the right side. Now notice they done straighten up and flying right, and Jerry Jeudy catching all the heat. Even I told y'all when they analyzed all that film last week, even they called out the Ravens defensive coordinator. They called out the Ravens defense. They never called out the O-line. This week, everybody calling out Jerry Jeudy. And I said, if you black and you let them use you to take down another black quarterback, you the one that's going to get caught. And your white counterparts, they're going to be crickets. That's what's happening. So while I am discriminating against Shedeur, I am actually using black people to do it and white people, but I give the white people a pass and then turn it over to the black people. So think about Mark Andrews, then think about Derrick Henry. Mark Andrews last season. Then think about Derrick Henry this season. Think about the O-line in the Ravens game on the right side that faced the stands. And think about Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman, because they pointed him out. I didn't even see that. This is why you stupid. If you agree to this, because you the one that's going to get caught. Look at how hard they go in the back for Stefanski. Even asking Shedeur to clean it up so Stefanski don't get in trouble. They're asking the person that was targeted to get everybody to leave Stefanski alone. Just like people booing and Shedeur was saying, taking up for Dylan. Okay. But he didn't take up for Stefanski like that. But this is an active attempt to resurrect his reputation so he can stay and keep doing what he's doing. This is crazy to me. Two things are happening at one time. And they think you dumb for the people like us. And then they think Jerry Jeudy is dumb. And he is. He really is. Because he was out there whining. He's making himself pariah to another team. Because he don't think outside of long term for today. That's what happens when you're narrow-minded. You only think about this far when you need to be looking at the bigger picture. No other team is going to want you. Are you going to get that $54 million? Was it guaranteed? Did they offer you guarantees? Or you still going to get it? Is it going to matter because your reputation is trash? And even at one of your little cookouts, somebody going to call you a buster and y'all going to get into a fight. Then you're going to get locked up. So the play is two things happening at the same time. Trying to redeem Stefanski and also destroy Shedeur Sanders' career using Stefanski at the same time. That's some next level evil shit right there. That means they ain't gonna never stop. Just like I said. Just like Lamar. They ain't gonna never stop. Just crazy. All right, let's listen to Shedeur. It said, cute quarterback Shedeur Sanders on head coach Kevin Stefanski. He's been doing a very good job with everything that's going on. We've definitely grown. ... Our relationship has grown. Again, I don't know why they asking Shedeur about Stefanski, but I mean, I do. I don't know why they think it would change our minds, right? And maybe because Shedeur stood up for Dylan, they like, well, just get Shedeur to stand up for Stefanski and everything will be okay. Maybe that's what they really think. And that could be what they think. All right, let's listen to this. This is another one. This is reported.
First and foremost, I got God. So through that,
I want you. Okay, hold on. Let me go back.
We're in a good moment now.
I want you to look at Shedeur's body language I want you to look at him, listen to what he's saying, what he's not saying, and I want you to look at his body language. Look at this, scratching of the. Pay attention to all of that. Just pay attention to all of that. All right. When people do that, that's a tell right there. They're not comfortable. They got to say what they got to say.
First and foremost, I got God. So through that, he's able to protect me through everything. But we're in a good moment now, and I don't like looking back. I don't like looking back at the past, and how I was feeling in that moment or however it was, because I'm here now. So I don't never dwell on the past and things that happened before.
In other words, Stefanski in trouble. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It doesn't. Translation. I don't want to talk about the past. I'm not finna go back down that road. I'm not finna sit up here and redeem him. Now, he said we're in a good moment now. Are they? After what you saw from Cody Kessler with the game plan weaponized against Shedeur to make him seem irrelevant. You saw the locker room video undermining Shedeur's leadership, making him seem irrelevant to the success. Everybody else contributed. Even though it was a historic night and this young man did things quarterbacks hadn't done, no other quarterbacks could make these throws, this, that, and the other. Good job, Shedeur. People are using it and making fun of it with skits on the internet to show how ridiculous Stefanski looked. Like he even hyping up the damn janitor. Good job, Shedeur. Low tone voice, nobody can barely hear me. Quick, fast, in a hurry. You're irrelevant. So are they really in a good moment? I don't even believe he believes that they're in a good moment. And here's the thing. I hope he don't. All of this scratching of the neck, This is his way of getting through it. He shut the conversation down by not dwelling on what they really want to know. He said, we're in a good moment now. Things could change tomorrow. Maybe they're in a good moment 5 minutes ago, but that don't mean it was good in Vegas Maybe since he got back and he realized he in trouble, he stopped acting like a fool. How do you know? How will you know if they still set him up? The game plan. It was supposed to be tailored to Shedeur's skill set. They lied. Or they still lying. Is the game plan against the Raiders going to be to make Shedeur seem irrelevant? Or are they going to go back to the O-lineman and they're not going to block for him and he going to get injured and then he can't play? I'm going to play this one more time. And y'all tell me what you think about what he's saying, his body language, everything. I already know what it is.
First and foremost, I got God. So through that, he's able to protect me through everything. But we're in a good moment now, you know, and I don't like looking back. I don't like looking back at the past, you know, and how I was feeling in that moment or however it was, because I'm here now. So I don't never dwell on the past and things that happened before. First and foremost,
so he's not giving them what they want, and nor should he. And scratching of that neck, y'all know what that is when you're talking to somebody and you just kind of want to, you know, not be all forthcoming and this, that, and the other. Right. But as long as he don't truly believe shit he's saying, I don't care. Because you heard Cody Kessler. I hate they did that to him. We already said it was wrong for those Wildcats. That doesn't fit his skill set. They still lying. Between photo ops, they still lying, trying to protect Stefanski's reputation. All of this is happening. All of this damage control is happening while I am simultaneously stabbing him in his back and trying to make sure his QBR that I know they're going to hang their hat on is trash. What Geno Smith need to ask himself is, was it pre-planned that he would be sacked 10 times so the defense could get the credit? Because they knew they were the talking points. What the defense did all the work. Why would Cleveland put together a reel of Geno Smith getting sacked 10 times for your enjoyment? That's gross. Because they wouldn't do that to no white quarterback. The shit they do to black quarterbacks is crazy. And it's even crazier to come running to black women who overwhelmingly bring black men into this world and think because you want my money, you want my attention, you want my time, you want me to think of you favorably while you tearing down black men. Y'all better get the hell on. They did the same thing with Colin Kaepernick. They mad at him because he's sticking up for black people, like black people not supposed to stick up for black people. And since you see that we do, you want to come over and actively divide black men and black women. Because they know who go out to spend money 9 times out of 10. They know who bringing all them Amazon packages to the house. Every husband will tell you, my damn wife and the Amazon man, the UPS man, always at the house. Facts. So, as y'all can see, it's a lot of damage control happening here. It's a lot of people out here trying to save Stefanski. They desperate. They didn't even came to Shedeur. He did his best to get through the conversation. I don't want to talk about the past with you because maybe he'd have talked about it with his lawyer. Something, I told y'all, is a legal liability. Now you see all this damage control. Something has transpired. Now, mind you, they did all of this. And I talked about this. I said, you know how bold you have to be to have 2 or 3 active racial discrimination suits in the last 5 years and one moving through federal courts that you lost the appeal on twice? And you still discriminate openly against Shedeur Sanders? You know how crazy you got to be? And here we are. And the damage control is not working. And they want you to see the smiles, the fake smiles. Oh, Stefanski didn't do nothing to Shedeur just so he could keep his job. Just so they could save his family reputation after Kevin Stefanski lit the damn match and scorched his own family's whole damn family reputation. I hope they go in on him at Thanksgiving, you damn idiot. Did you not think about the rest of us? He's selfish. Did you not think about your kids? Did you not think about your wife who got to be out here in this community? Cleveland's sick of Stefanski. No amount of damage control is going to save him. And Haslam better start worried about not being forced to sell his team. That's what he needs to be focused on. He needs to get the hell rid of Stefanski. Let Shedeur play the rest of these games under Tommy Rees and go hire Cody Kessler on his staff to work with these damn quarterbacks in some capacity. I don't care if you make him a damn OC. He clearly got more sense than Stefanski. And just stop being racist if you want 80% of the talent to be black, but 90% of the leadership to be white. No. You can't do all of that and come get us, because you're going to get got. Let me see what y'all saying. Shit crazy, bro. Talk about, what's the song? Backstabbers. Smile in your face and stabbing him straight in his back. It's crucial to the Browns. Get on one accord. The politics be damned. It said, let's go Browns. We will win this game. Hey, Pamela, how you doing? How you doing? RD, apologies for yesterday. We didn't notice anything, boo, but welcome back. It said, it looks like the O-line has accepted Shedeur's leadership role. I hope Stefanski doesn't sabotage it. They're going to have to move on to something else. Understand. If that's what I started with, I can come back to it. Your only premise should be, we shall see. What are you looking for? Sabotage. How? The game plan. The O-line, the receivers, the shit you've already used through 2 games. You've already used the O-line, the receivers, the game plan. You've already used it. Or you're going to keep using it. Or you're going to use something else. It says Shedeur refused to lie about Stefanski and his presser. Right. Shedeur ain't lying for Stefanski. See, they not dumb. They see Ben Crump out there. Because I said it. Damn, Big Crump really is posting about this multiple times. Talking about what? What happens when Black excellence rises? What happens when Black excellence arrives? Number 1. What happens when they rise? Number 2, they keep moving the goalpost. Stefanski actually set himself on fire. And they think they can save him from himself. They should have never hired nobody like that. And that's called karma. And that's why Haslam better go save himself. He better go save that damn team, because they gonna come for him. And I know he think they not, because of who he know. Understand. Things have already changed. And I keep saying, the way things are today, they not tomorrow. They showed a picture of Trump dressed like the governor of New York, because he need him. All them cases that was against those people that were holding him accountable got thrown out. Things are changing. Y'all thought I was kidding when I said, they flipped Mississippi blue. Do you not understand what it took to get that? Things are changing. So I don't care who you know at this point, because they might need protection too. It said the optics of it all. That's it. Just damage control, y'all. Just damage control. It said the media was very messy today, asking about the fans, saying Kevin sabotaging Shedeur, and also asking about Dylan. When you say the media, who are you talking about? People like at the press conference or on the podcasters? Let me know. It says Shedeur is the new face of oppression. Facts. Shedeur is not the new face of oppression. I mean, I guess you could say that. Shedeur is exposing what has been happening. See, this on the NFL. We don't want quarterbacks like Shedeur. Why you drafted? And then you just kept on with the collusion when he got to Cleveland. And even the president came out and told you better draft him. And then he came out and said, I told you so. And you still doing it. Let's see how crazy you are. Or if finally, when they get to this 49ers game, we just playing ball. The game plan, the wide receivers. What did you have to do to get the O-lineman against the Ravens in the second half? And the wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy and Tillman. What did you have to do to get them all to set up Shedeur as you were actively setting him up with the game plan while you were simultaneously smiling in his face? Bribery, you see, all of that's racketeering. All of it falls under corruption, unethical racketeering, RICO. I will fire Stefanski right now. You know what? Just get the hell on. Because that's what it's going to take. It took the president to come out, and they still at it. With the president coming out, I told you so. Now they're trying to save Stefanski. They were trying to save him before that. So I don't know what he's going to do in this game now. But you better look for it. And you already know the game plan that they lied about is selling to Shedeur, which should let you know Stefanski is still running things, which is why he keep running his mouth while he on that headset. And he does that intentionally to let you know he's in control. Sending somebody out there while Shedeur is talking to Coach Prime. Coach wants you to come in, only for Stefanski to humiliate Shedeur in front of his peers and make him seem irrelevant to the process of winning. It's control. Shedeur walking up the field, doing his back and forth, doing his getting ready, and Stefanski coming off the sideline to interrupt him. Control. Stefanski is fixated on controlling Shedeur. And when I say fixated, I mean stuck on stupid. And the only way out of that is to blow it all up. Because he fixated. He's stuck. That's his prison. I can't stop. Remember Cam Newton? Be like, damn, Cam, can you just not help yourself? Now, Stefanski, can you just not help yourself? To the detriment of your family, to the detriment of the team, to the detriment of Haslam who hired you. The truth is coming out. And everybody that's allowing it to happen, gonna get roped up. For MKC to say what she said yesterday makes no sense. Who wants Dylan? That's what they want. They want the fans. Remember when Shedeur first came to town, there was a lot of Dylan fans. I don't know where they went. I don't know where they went. And the Cleveland Browns put out an ad. And they were selling clothes, right? And they had about 5, 6, 7, 8 Shedeur items. They started with Shedeur. All kind of cute stuff. Something actually looked like something I have. I'm like, you see, I know people steal. I know they do. It's okay. I knew it was going to happen. Then they flipped to Myles Garrett. I think they had 1 or 2 things for Dylan. He was in there eventually. But Shedeur was first. Then it was Myles Garrett. Remember when somebody showed us a clip of the store? It was all Shedeur and Myles Garrett. You couldn't see the Dylan. It's the same way online. When they push out an ad to you, it's all Shedeur. Cute stuff. Very creative stuff. Jackets, sweaters, a lot of stuff. Right? Then Myles Garrett, not as much, but the point is Myles Garrett was second. Dylan was in there somewhere. But Shedeur is their moneymaker. So while I am actively stabbing him in the back and trying to ruin his career and smiling in his face, I'm also selling all sorts of kind of shit that's cute that I want people to buy from me. What? You would think if you don't like somebody, you just done with them. You are next level psychotic to keep manipulating somebody to be close to you so you can control them, only to stab them. I love you. Hug me. Same thing. That's psychotic. Obsessed. Fixated. Stuck on stupid. So now you know what to look for in the 49ers game. Shout out to Cody Kessler and the Gridiron Arena for bringing him on, because that's kind of people you need on there. Leave them other people. If you was kicked out the league for being racist, don't bring them back. Because see, while y'all bringing them on the show, the NFL running after black people. So them two not going to work, right? I don't know who you think we are. Just because other people let you control them because you basically demanded in their contract. So really ain't much they could do other than just retire. Don't mean you can control us. Understand that. And we out here. It's respect Shedeur, trade Shedeur. That's it. Respect him while he there and let him play ball, or trade him as QB1 and go back to being miserable with Kevin Stefanski. That's between you and your fans. Yeah, it's late. It said he was at the press conference like, what's that, Dazzler? What's that? It said too late. It's too late. Yup. It said the internet is talking about the crazy plays Kevin Stefanski made to keep Shedeur from getting the credit for the touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy too. Yep. And what did I say about the show, the arena? They have broad reach. So they have a responsibility to bring people on who are going to be truthful. They have a responsibility not to be bringing racists out here pushing racist narratives, because we got enough of that with Stefanski, right? Now you see they gone. Cody Kessler came out the truth. And analysts have been talking about it. So now everybody's talking about it, despite First Take, ESPN. They not showing none of this kind of stuff. Because the NFL owns 10% of ESPN, so they can only say so much. So they're not even in the accountability business. They just in the yapping business. Shout out to Cody Kessler. Somebody actually had the audacity to say, Dan Orlovsky, the one that be hating on Shedeur, that said Mike Tomlin is advised to draft the star QB from Colorado as QB2 and put him behind Aaron Rodgers. See, they already had plans for Shedeur not to be QB1. What you're currently seeing is the plan materialize, even though he gets further and further than they expected him to. Fine, we don't have to let you play. We can let you play, but we don't have to let you win. So they limited him to a half. Then he got a whole game. Then they took the game plan. and weaponize it against him so he could seem irrelevant to the win. Then they wanted to give the defense all the credit. Then they gave Myles Garrett the game ball. Try to pit him against Shedeur because Myles Garrett keeps picking up for Shedeur. See, black people, we know what y'all be doing, so we don't let that get in the middle of nothing. Shedeur ain't mad because Myles Garrett got a touchdown. Shedeur ain't mad because Quinshon Judkins got a touchdown. They was on the sideline with it. Quinshon Judkins know what's going on. Shedeur know what's going on. So it ain't working. They don't know us, but keep targeting us. How you gonna target people you don't know? And they won't stop. So this next game is not pivotal necessarily for the win, but to see if they're gonna leave Stefanski in place to take down Shedeur using the game plan, the receivers, or anybody else, including the O-lineman. So Shedeur need to hang out with his family for Thanksgiving to make sure he's not sick before he could be QB1 for the 49ers, who everybody agrees that Shedeur could pick apart and they could win this game. They don't want that. They don't want that. So even with the pressure mounting, they still at it. It's like being in a burning house on fire and everybody gonna die, but I got to destroy Shedeur first. You know you're gonna destroy yourself. That's what's happening. And people can't really see it, but that's what's happening. And Shedeur's being sabotaged by his own head coach. He got to go out here and defeat Stefanski, defeat whatever the NFL got going on, and he got to beat the 49ers. And he did it last week. But the Raiders was trash. Now he got to go out here and do it again. Then the 49ers going to be trash. It's going to always be something, and fans notice. And people with platforms are using comments to point it out. Like Albert Breer, they was going in on him. They're going in on Stefanski. They're standing on his head. Damage control. It's too late. And he set himself on fire. And you want to save him from himself. Good luck with that. No amount of rehab is going to help him. He chooses to be evil. And you have chosen to align with evil. So good luck to you too. Instead, if Stefanski gave a damn about Shedeur, he would have given him the game ball. Right. And that's what I meant by it ain't enough to cheat him in the game. I got to go in the locker room while I'm on camera after I've been out here pretending the whole time and do it again. Humiliate him again. He been doing this shit all summer. See, all he doing is telling people like me and others and law firms where to look. So Shedeur said, what? I don't want to talk about the past. I'm past that. He said before that, it was extremely tough. I didn't know I would be standing here. So what makes you think that? And based on what I see Kevin Stefanski doing now, setting up Shedeur in the game and then going into the locker room and trying to humiliate him and making him seem irrelevant, well, let's just go all the way back to Ricky Minicamp. And let's see. Let's start asking people, what was it like around here? Because we believe it was extremely difficult for Shedeur. So what was going on? Matter of fact, get me all them players on the O-line and the tight end that couldn't hold on to the ball, and the O-line that sabotaged him and set him up, the Goon Squad. Let me talk to them. Huntley said he didn't want to come back. Let me talk to Huntley. Let me interview Huntley. Oh, it's on. It is on. It is on. It is too late. Haslam better go run and save his damn team because they're coming for him next because he allowed all of it. Stefanski started the season as a sub 500 coach. And he still, Shedeur probably maybe got him to 500. I don't remember. If not, they close. And he's still trying to take this kid out. And it wasn't enough to rob him in the game with the game plan after he lied. It's just corruption, 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 malpractice, racism, discrimination, negligence, racketeering, bribery, and everything else, fraud, bait and switch. It's just all nasty and ugly under there. They don't want people to start investigating because it's bad. And they think they want Brian Flores' case to get the court. And you did all this knowing Brian Flores' case could move through the courts. And you weren't happy about it, but you still kept on. You got to be a special kind of arrogant fool to get busted, sued 3 times in less than 5 years, and keep it up. And now you want to come after black people because we all finna learn through Brian Flores' case how racist you really are. But we see it. We see it in Cleveland. But see, what people get ready to learn, it ain't just Cleveland. Like I've been saying the whole time, this is happening to all these quarterbacks. If you look holistically, let's see if they're going to stop. Okay, look, it's bad out here. We about to get all kind of exposed. Why do you think they putting these black people out here? 50 Cent, Method Man, Outkast, black women with the hair products that ain't even owned by black people no more, but they think we stupid. Essence ain't owned by black people no more, but they think we stupid. Don't want to enrich us, but I want to save myself so y'all don't realize I'm racist. The same damage control happening with Kevin Stefanski is also happening with the NFL, using black people to do damage control because the NFL and because Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns decided to be racist against Shedeur Sanders and every other black quarterback in the NFL going back to 120 years. Meaning there's ample evidence to support what Brian Flores lawsuit claims. The NFL is rife with racism. They are actively proving and validating his case every day. And yet they persist. Do you know how stupid you got to be? It's too late. So now you need Shedeur to save Stefanski. Let's see if they use Shedeur to save the NFL too. They show using black people. They ain't made it to Shedeur yet. When they make it to Shedeur, then you know it's on. And remember, what did I say when we was talking? I'm surprised they let Coach Prime be in the tunnel. I'm surprised they let Coach Prime be with a suite. Whose suite is that? One of the owners? What? So this the first owner to come towards Coach Prime. So damage control using Shedeur to help out the Browns and Stefanski. Damage control to use Coach Prime to bail out the owners who colluded against Shedeur. Must be getting kind of hot. And none of this had to happen. They all brought it on themselves. It said they think fans are stupid. They can keep thinking that if they want to, but they're going to find out we not. The bigger the headache, the bigger the pill, and Shedeur is the big pill. Facts. It said media. Shedeur needs to throw the ball away. Shut the hell up. Yeah, don't be listening to them. It said they want him to throw the ball away, but then he only got 3 completions. Anything. Understand this. The media is in on this. That's why you got to be careful who you are listening to, because they either just going to piss you off or they just going to convince you that Shedeur is the problem. And if they still trying to convince you Shedeur is the problem, and you see an owner cozying up to Coach Prime after 32 owners colluded against his child, then you see the media in Cleveland asking Shedeur to save Stefanski for the most part after damage control didn't work. All you are now waiting for is the NFL itself to gravitate towards Shedeur to ask it to save them. But they still discriminate against Shedeur, so they gravitate toward black women. They likely gravitate toward black men too. But the point is, you actively see it with them aligning with what used to be black-owned products that they still think we believe are black-owned products. Why the NFL want to come for black women all of a sudden? Because who the hell you think was boycotting Target? I mean, black men too, but overwhelmingly, who do you think it is? As a business owner, I can honestly tell you, black women be out here spending all the money. I mean, they got it, right? They got it. Why you think it is? They took those advanced degrees that black women typically make up and made them non-professional degrees. It's a long-term plan, but too bad. We already got the money. We already got the degrees. They trying to get to the next generation. And I already told the next generation, they don't want you to get your master's going over there and get you a law degree. All y'all go to law school. And when you finish, turn around and become lawyers and judges and sue their ass under the ground and fix it. So, because I can't get an MBA, guess what? I can go over here and get a law degree, though. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? All right, then. So, understand this. I'm coming after black women because I need them on my side. Because when black women find out what's really going on, they're going to do us like Target. Understand this also. The NFL was trying to make itself boycott-proof when the season started. They took in racism out the end zone and decided to go after the LGBTQ community. When was the last time you heard anything about that? That ain't going to save you. They like Shedeur too. What the hell make you think that they don't like Shedeur? You want to target them because you think they like football. Why wouldn't they like Shedeur? Why the hell would the LGBTQ community not like Shedeur? These people not smart. They just got money. That's it. And they think it can save them from everything. It said, preach regarding Judy. Never seen a player slow down like that. Right. He slowed down. He slowed down. Welcome back, Jungle Brother. He slowed down. Yeah, Shedeur, they want him to throw the ball away so his completions could be trash. Look at his completion percentage. That's why it's low. You're right. It said way too late for damage control. Stefanski, you wolf, trying to fit in the sheep's clothing. That's it. That's it. And if they're crazy enough to come out here to this 49ers game right there in Cleveland with Outcast out there to set Shedeur up with the game plan, wide receivers, O-lineman, or anybody else, we're going to see it. And it's going to be all blown up. Watch what I tell you. It says Shedeur still got a touchdown despite what they tried to do. Facts. And that should tell them, it's like they have had so many cautionary messages. You know what? Just stop this. He's still going to be good. Shedeur said it. They got people that want me to fail, but it ain't going to happen. I mean, are you not convinced? You should be convinced of that by now. No matter what you try, you're not taking this kid down. So let's see if they keep trying. But here's the beauty of it. You now know what to look for. Stefanski is a piece of crap. Yup, totally agree. It said he's carrying out the orders of the Haslams, Roger Goodell, and time for new ownership across. And that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. It said Kevin think he's slick trying to wish people a happy Thanksgiving. Get the hell on. Get the hell on. I hope Shedeur don't eat nothing around there. It said you better preach. I hope black people don't fall for it. I don't think they will. I think it's a matter of being informed. Now, some people going to always choose to be ignorant. Everybody didn't want to lead a plantation when the Emancipation Proclamation came. Some people was like, no, they take care of us here. Okay, we can't save everybody. But understand this. Overwhelmingly, black people stick together. They think we don't because they don't want us to. It's called wishful thinking. They should know that. The NFL is they. They should know that because of Target. But you still want to try it. You shouldn't be trying it because you got how many active lawsuits? One moving through the courts. One came after what you did to Shedeur in the draft. So you move, you stop. After the draft is ends, you start colluding in Cleveland. The president already came once, but you still colluding, try to make this kid life hell. And then you pissed off when he says, imagine if I'd have had a whole off season. Oh, he trying to blame the coach. I block anybody because they are the minority. They are the minority in this situation. People are sick of Stefanski in Cleveland. The winning felt good. They not playing. Them people did not go all the way to Vegas to support Stefanski. They weren't wearing 12 jerseys to support Stefanski. And from where I sit, in Atlanta, I can see Andrew Berry, Tommy Reese, the whole damn Cleveland Brown sports store. Haslam if he have to. Shedeur got some people on his side. It's some more I ain't talked about because, like I said, I ain't trying to point out everybody because I don't know, who got the power around there. I was thinking about this morning. I said, okay, so Andrew Berry, the GM, he should be, in my opinion, on the hierarchy above Stefanski, but it seemed like Haslam got them equal, just doing different duties. Stefanski decides who played, Andrew Berry get the people. I didn't think it was like that. I thought the GM was up here, the coach was up here. That's what I thought. But it seemed like it's more of an equal relationship. They just split up the duties. So that means the GM can't save Shedeur. But do you see how happy he was that Shedeur overcame? Because Shedeur produced his draft stock. But Berry can't save Shedeur from Stefanski. But maybe one of the ways he did was to trade Flacco. And Flacco probably was the one that went and told what was going on and was like, get me the hell out of here. So Flacco got traded with a 6th round pick, which made it look like they didn't want to part ways with him, but they did. And remember, they said Berry and Stefanski was at odds. We don't know how true that is. But from what I can see, how unhappy Stefanski was that Shedeur overcame and won, and how happy Berry was that Shedeur overcame and won. They're not on the same page. And Haslam is hiding in the back behind both of them. But I know his feet hot. I know his feet is hot. And he could sit there and let it get to his knees. But before you know it, it's going to be up to his neck and his eyeballs. But it's up to him. If it's more important for him to have a Stefanski than maybe a Cody Kessler or a Tommy Reese, then he need to be forced to sell his team, and whatever happens, happens. But the fans have leverage and they will use it. They will use it. I'm proud of the fans. I really am. Keep speaking out. I'm listening. It said they and Allen Iverson said someone broke into his locker while Ed Stefanski was harassing him. What? So I'm gonna have to look into that whole situation. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stephen Brown, welcome, welcome, welcome. It said, here's Shedeur's chance to dance his way out of his constriction. They said the fact that everyone called out Kevin for that. Yep, because he did it. It was so obvious. And even when we were live, we were all just talking amongst ourselves. It was like, that's normal. I was like, no. And then when it happened again, I was like, hell no. They trying to make sure he don't get a touchdown. I was like, and then when Jerry Judy did it, I was like, you bum. I called him a buster bum so many times. And people want to talk about point shaving. What did I tell you what a feint was? F-E-I-N-T. While you looking over here, it's something going on over here. So they got you looking at point shaving when it's really bribery, racketeering, corruption, pre-planned, premeditated, and it goes all the way back to pre-draft. Because what did TK or RK from DMVR say? I'm going to show you what he said. I think I still got it. Hopefully I still got it. He said, we knew between Dylan and Shedeur, when they were in college, we knew that Shedeur was better than Dylan. But there was a war raged, a campaign against Shedeur. You understand that? So they worked actively while Shedeur was in college. Like I said, once he hit that number one spot, they worked actively to take him down. So here it is right here. I'm going to share this. This is RK. I think I blocked Bleacher Report. He was showing them. I don't like Bleacher Report because they some bum busters themselves. They came out the blue and said Lamar was underrated. So this was days before the Browns played the Ravens. So that meant they knew that Lamar was going to get set up. And they came out ahead of time to say he was overrated to justify what happened to him in that game. This is the game. Like the Vegas, the whole Geno Shedeur thing, that wasn't even the big thing. It was about seeing Shedeur. They didn't want the public to be super excited and looking forward to the Ravens with Lamar versus Shedeur. That's what they didn't want. But now Shedeur get them in the playoff contention and Lamar's first, we might see it. We might see it. And it would be right. It would be making things right because they intentionally didn't want you to see two of the quarterbacks that they have publicly humiliated and did everything to try to destroy their careers and have colluded against them multiple times in the draft, pre-draft, and in their respective teams. They don't want people to be happy for Lamar and Shedeur because Lamar and Shedeur are visibly black, have two black parents, and will elevate the game with their unique skill set. Shedeur, a pocket passer, Lamar, a more of a dual threat. Let them tell it pocket passes are outdated, but that's some bullshit. They want Josh Allen to be a pocket passer, but they don't want Shedeur to be one. It's crazy around here. Sometimes I hate I know all of this. So let me show this to y'all. TK, that's RK, that's his name, RK. So hold on one second. Let me put this back.
A couple plays from this game.
Switch. Oh, hold on. That's a video. I didn't share that. I have to share this. Okay. Yeah, all of this was happening. I'm like, God damn it, I had already planned the show. And here we go. That's just how it goes sometimes. That's why sometimes I don't like to come up with a title. So if you see me midday huddle, I don't want to say. I don't want to say what we're talking about. And also people be lifting. Understand that too. So sometimes I like to keep a few things to myself just in case I have to pivot. Okay, so let's see if you can see my screen. We'll take him off and go back to RK. RK is with DMVR. If you watch DMVR, this is RK. You know who it is. Okay, it said it took 1 week of Shedeur getting the same opportunity as Dylan Gabriel to pass him. One. Anyone who watched the two of them play in college knew that that's what would happen because Shedeur was better than Dylan. Now, here's the conversation they don't want to have. The Heisman was rigged against Shedeur getting on the stage. There was an active campaign once he got to number one to make sure he would not be number one overall. It said, I'll never forget the gaslighting campaign that took place trying to convince people otherwise. They took this kid down in college. His own O-line, just like the Ravens game on the right. And when I saw number 77 wife come out and put the picture up with Shedeur, I'm like, now wasn't that him facing the stands? I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if he was lined up with the 55 and the other dude, don't eat nobody food for Thanksgiving. Don't go to nobody's house. That's all I'm gonna say. Because then Stefanski and Judy, and understand, Stefanski and Judy did the same thing. They both stabbed Shedeur in the back during the game and both ran and put their arm, touched him some kind of way. Judy put his arm around him like we good buddies, throw me the ball. So why? So you could do it again? And Stefanski running up to Shedeur, constantly want to have conversation, talking to him, touching on him, trying to manipulate Shedeur into believing that they got his back when they stabbing him in it. Do you know that is next level evil? I feel sorry for anybody in that situation and they don't know that's what's happening. That you're being lured, you're being coaxed to drop your guard so I can stab you in your face this time. That's what they're doing to Shedeur. So they can keep doing it over and over and over. You ever watch an orca with a sea lion? I know y'all probably like, what? I'm telling you. You talk about the bully of the sea manipulation. When an orca goes onto shore to get its prey, a sea lion, and it get it, you think they would just eat it and keep it pushing, right? They take it up, they toss it around like a rag doll over and over and over and over. And I dare you to get away. And I'm going to bring you back here and I'm going to toss you up. And it kicks it with its tail. And I'm like, Jesus, I don't even want to look at this no more. This is terrible. This is abuse. This is a whale abusing a damn sea lion. You could just eat it and keep it pushing. No, the torture is the point. Cruelty is the point. Cruelty by Jerry Judy, Cruelty by Stefanski, and as they pointed out, Cedric Tillman. And I was almost hesitant not to go with Cedric Tillman until I saw it for myself. Because I'm like, I see what y'all doing. Y'all put that on blame the black guy, but it was the white guys too. Let's fix Stefanski's reputation. Ain't nobody trying to fix Jerry Judy's reputation, and nobody should be. So people know. People know they talking about it because why? They still see that the next game is coming and they're going to do the same thing over and over and over. All right, so let's go with, they showed where Shedeur said Browns QBs in first start. And Kevin Stefanski has had 13 quarterbacks since he's been working there since 2020. It's only 5 years. You have had 13 quarterbacks. 13. And Shedeur is the one. Shedeur needs to throw the ball away and stop taking sacks. In the next game, he throws the ball away multiple times. Those same people will say, look at his completion percentage. So he's damned if he do, and he damned if he don't. And what's my motto? Go out there and do you. To hell with it. Go out there and do you. Because here's the thing. If the NFL is still setting you up, right? If the NFL itself is still setting you up, and they don't know when to quit, you're going to have to forever try to defeat them and the opponent. This is really just what the problem is, right? In addition to saying he need to throw the ball away, he's arrogant. They just doing exactly what they did before the draft. Character assassination because he is black. If you see my screen, and if you can't, I'm going to describe it. This is a animated scene where you have the guy from Family Guy, I think. They're holding up what looks like a paint chart. And at the top, like white people with the label that says confident. And then there's shades of confident. You can only be so dark with confidence. You can't be dark at all. You got to be like white, beige, or pink. And then the bottom part says arrogant, and it's a yellow tone. And then over to the yellow tone is black people, right? All shades of black people, 3 different shades of black people. That's the depiction. So people realize what's happening to Shedeur is happening because he's Black. They have shown us very boldly that they accept Shedeur in the form of Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart can put on his Shedeur, but Shedeur can't be Shedeur. They have shown us repeatedly that this is about racism. They have shown us this in the draft. They have shown us this with other quarterbacks, whether it's not just Shedeur, how Josh Allen, he can't do no wrong when he can throw 6 interceptions. Brock Purdy, crickets. J.J. McCarthy, crickets. Daniel Jones gets 6 years to get it right and incentivized, while Anthony Richardson, O-line, gets him hurt so he can't throw the ball because they mess up his pinky. They want to do the same thing to Shedeur. That's why I say, if you keep going back out there and play, you better keep your head on the swivel. Because one of them O-linemen that was smiling in your face before Thanksgiving gonna move the hell out the way and you're gonna get plastered. Because they already falling on your legs and seeing if they can get away with it, and they have gotten away with it. So the refs in on it too. So when everybody is against you, just go out here, play your best ball, and let God take care of you. The damage control they trying to do is too late. Coming for Black women while you abuse Shedeur, that ain't gonna work, boo. That ain't gonna work, boo. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work at all. So you let that go. All right. So we got some super chats. So let's go ahead. Shout out to Diane Walker. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. Thank you. And we got a new member, Pat Davis. Yay! All right, Pat Davis has joined the squad. Thank you so much, Pat Davis. And thank you, Diane Walker. We be in the comments chopping it up. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna look into that Allen Iverson situation as best as I can. My reading list is going long because y'all send me a lot of stuff, but I do look at it. I do go through it. Somebody sent me about Jim Brown. I think it was OG, Jerry or something like that. Ghost OG. So I kind of looked into that, and that's crazy, right? Because they talking about the racism that Jim Brown faced. That's on Cleveland Brown's page. I'm like, so you got Jim Brown out here. You talking about the racism he faced during his time and how they use stereotypes against Black quarterbacks and used to say they can't learn. I'm like, used to. That's what the hell is happening to Shedeur. And this is on the Browns page. I'll share it in the next time I come back today because it's in my email, so I got to go get it. It's crazy. This is what I mean by it's two things happening at once. I'm declaring I'm not racist. I'm sharing stories of people being discriminated against. I'm painting the picture that this used to happen. It don't happen anymore. While we are all simultaneously ganging up on Shedeur. Come on. This shit is multifaceted. I said it was 100 people a day plotting to take down Shedeur. It's more than that. It's more than that. What you see with damage control happening everywhere. An owner cozying up to Coach Prime all of a sudden. I'm like, is there a new lawsuit that we don't know about? And it very well could be the case because not everybody is going to put out a press conference. And I will tell you this, if it is a new lawsuit, they scared. They scared. Because I see all kind of photo ops, damage control, performative, this, that. I said from the moment we saw Haslam with them kids, that it's not his grandkids, he is being performative. And now you know why. Damage control. And the NFL is doing it too with partnerships with Black hair care products that are no longer owned by Black people. In a magazine, pushed by a magazine that's no longer owned by Black people because they think you're ignorant. So let's see if they set Shedeur up versus the 49ers game. And now you know what to look for. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And thank you for the new membership. Friday, 6 p.m. We will be live. We will be looking at some things I noticed on camera. I said I want to call the episode, What's Really Going On with Jerry Judy? What the hell is really going on with Jerry Judy? He must be in hiding because did he do an interview yet this week? Let me know if he hop up on that podium because I would love to know what they're going to ask him. So, there it is. It said Stefanski is the little kid that stuck his finger in the, I'm not really sure what you mean by that, so I'm not going to say that. It said, good day, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kay. It said, what's up, fam? Shedeur's story of survival is amazing. You know what, Shedeur? They're going to have surviving the Cleveland Browns or surviving Stefanski, however they want to do it. It could be surviving the NFL draft, surviving the NFL, but there will be a survive. This is one hell of a movie. Like, if I really like knew how to producing movies is one thing, but if I knew how to put together a screenplay or what they call it, a script, I mean, I could find people because I know what I want to share. But if I really knew how to do all of that and had the time, I would do it. I just don't know what I would call it. Surviving and fill in the blank until I figure it out. Surviving as a black quarterback, I don't know, but it's a survival story. And here's the thing. Terrell Owens, let me share what he said. I said, shout out to Terrell Owens. We need more black former quarterbacks speaking up like this, or black NFL players speaking up like this. Let me share what he said. And then there's Coach Prime too. Like I say, it's really a lot happening. Oh, what I said, Kevin Stefanski game plan to make Shedeur Sanders seem irrelevant to the team's success after an epic win. Stefanski intentionally made Shedeur Sanders appear irrelevant to the team and in the game in front of his peers. Don't ask Shedeur Sanders to save Stefanski. And I'm sticking to that because that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And he answered it the right way. He's not finna let Stefanski off the hook. So now they're trying to figure out what to do because you can't trade him until the end of the season. And we already knew that they wanted to do that, right? Here it is right here, Terrell Owens. So some dude named John Root, don't know who it is, talking about this is one reason why many people aren't very interested in rooting for Shedeur. This isn't confidence, it's arrogance. This is what he's talking about.
It's crazy. It's amazing, you know, off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? Just 1 week of practice. So imagine, you know, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous, but it's just a 1 week of practice. So I'm just truly thankful, you know, that everything happened. Win is crazy.
So here's the thing. You're not supposed to celebrate your wins. You're only supposed to lose. And should you find it in yourself to put together a win, you're not supposed to celebrate. You're supposed to be humble. You're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to let others celebrate you. Bullshit. Only black people are expected to be humble. As black people, we ought to be grateful. I think we pray more than anybody out here. I mean, honestly, for 400 years. And not saying other people don't pray, but hell, we keep being put in these situations where we need God, so we be, you know, we stay steadfast. And this. They mad because he overcame. They mad because he didn't lay there and get stepped on. They mad because he's happy. They mad because they lied. They mad because he not slow. They mad because he elevated the game in one game. And technically one half of a game and one throw in another game because they were using penalties to slow the game down and make it boring. And they used Geno Smith like he was a sea lion. And they tortured him just so that people could walk away and say, Shedeur didn't do nothing. It was the defense. Don't get lost on that. If Geno Smith was white, they would have never let him be sacked 10 times. They would have just said, yeah, the Raiders not good. And maybe Chip Kelly was collateral damage. They said Tom Brady bought in Chip Kelly. He was an advocate for Chip Kelly, and they fired Tom Shady's boy. Chip Kelly also was an advocate for Shedeur in that UCLA game and told him what time it was. So I don't know. So this is the lie that they were telling, and people been standing on their heads. As you can see, it's 600 comments trying to say he's arrogant. He's not allowed to celebrate. Understand, they don't want to see you celebrate at all. That's not why they brought you to the league. They brought Shedeur to the league so he wouldn't go anywhere else or so he wouldn't start his own league. I didn't bring you here to win. I brought you here, draft and destroy. We already said we don't want quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders now. And everything we have done supports that statement. And you still made it to the front of the line. And you still found a way to get a touchdown and ball out and elevate the game and change the culture. Everything we didn't want you to do. And you still did it. So we don't want you to celebrate that. We want you to be quiet. We want you to shut up and dribble, boy. But that ain't who Shedeur is. And I said that they don't know us and they don't know him. They don't know Black culture at all. It said Terrell Owens clapped back at this dude because, as you can see, people was going in. It said, "Hey John, hold on, let me make sure y'all can see my screen because yeah, okay." It says, "Hey John, disrespectfully, sit this one out. You don't like his presumed confidence, but how about the coach's blatant disrespect of his starting quarterback? Same for Stefanski. Humility and acknowledgement would go a long way. You don't get to choose his character. Hold on. You don't get to choose his character after a better than average performance by a rookie starting quarterback." So you got former NFL players coming out and telling the truth, right? And they can't handle it. Asante Samuel said, yeah, they need to retire his jersey in Cleveland already because you could tell he going to be great. Now you got Browns fans. We sick of him and his ego and agenda, but they knew they had it all along. But they sick of it now because they got their guy. They have had 13 quarterbacks because Stefanski is a horrible coach. Those 2 Coaches of the Year awards that are given by journalists were bought and paid for so he could have coaching credibility, so they could keep him on the staff to ruin Deshaun Watson, and when figured out that they was going to get Shedeur, tried to draft and destroy him too. So here's the thing. They're ignorant, not stupid. I know I can't turn Shedeur into a game manager, but I can manipulate the game plan to make him seem irrelevant. And that's what they did. So now you know what to look for. They expose themselves every week and they seem stuck on stupid and they can't stop. So there's more to come. Who else gonna get exposed next? Stefanski should already be fired. And the longer he stay around, corruption will continue to be exposed. And that fire is gonna move up from Haslam's feet to his knees, to his thighs, and it's gonna quickly get above his head. Mark my words. They act like another team's owner was never forced to sell their team. They act like they haven't been in the situation before, and what can come out and be exposed about the team is gross. But you want to keep playing. Well, keep playing because you got the wrong one, or you got the right one. Maybe you got the right one, because when Black people say you got the right one, you indeed do not have the right one. So that's that, right? So you can see they trying to use Shedeur to save Stefanski. You can see they in damage control mode. That's what all of that, posturing for Haslam with the kids. I got Hispanic kids out here with a Black kid jersey on, and I don't like neither one of them. So, that's what that is. And so what they going to do now? Let me see what y'all are saying. One thing about it, Sunday's coming, and everybody knows Shedeur can win. Let's see how crazy Haslam really is. Let's see how to keep Stefanski. Let's see how crazy and psychotic Stefanski is to try to same stuff over and over again. We understand how you manipulate his QBR. We get that. So now we looking for it. See, that's new because people didn't know about that. So, and we still got a couple of days left to expose a few more things. It said, Stefanski also placed a bet on the Raiders game. Let's not forget that he punted on the 19-yard line instead of kicking a field goal, right? Because he didn't want Shedeur to score. It said, yes, Shedeur on the field is still being humiliated with these little digs. Facts. That's facts. It said, Jared point shaving Judy. It said they try to tell everybody that he's a 5th-round pick, right? And guess what? That's why all of this damage control is happening, because he ain't no 5th-round pick. And we being called racist in court. And now fans are calling Stefanski racist. And oh shit, what we gonna do? But I'm still discriminated against Shedeur. You gotta be crazy to get busted and still do it. That's like being busted for substances, and you get picked up by the police, and you manage to have hidden something in your back pocket, and while they driving, you spark up. So you know you're going to jail, right? Oh, okay. They better not get that kid hurt, but he's smart. And even his answer regarding Stefanski, see all this? I told y'all before, go look at every one of his interviews. You can figure some things out. You can translate real quick. He's not going to let him off the hook, but he's not going to sit up here and make shit harder for himself. He has to coexist. Like he said, we're in a good moment now. And we don't know when that moment started. It might have been this morning. So we're not going to say that things were good at the Vegas game because Stefanski was pretending. He was trying to lure Shedeur in and get them photo ops so we would think that everything's okay. No. And ain't no amount of asking Shedeur gonna get us off of y'all back. You knew he had 6 million fans, so you should have left him alone. When he sold all them damn jerseys, $250 million in jerseys, you should have set your ass down. But you're arrogant, so you're gonna take this whipping. Exactly. It said photos of you want that clown, potlots of you want that clown of a coach to save you justice. Yeah, he's a sellout. Anybody that wants to save Stefanski is a sellout. It said when Iverson was robbed, they found it was an inside job. Really? What were they looking for? Something on him? I'm gonna have to look into that. Am I believing my lying, looking, or my listening ears? What's that about? It said exactly photo ops. You want that coach saved, and you. Oh, if you want that coach saved, yeah, you a sellout. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. It said the man standing behind the curtain is something else. Yep, and we know it's somebody back there, and it's gonna come out. If they're gonna keep on, because who else is there next, right? Like I said, the fire is already at Haslam's feet, and he feeling it. It said, I love how Shedeur answered that question. He did a good job, Neil. It said, playbook is so old and been exposed. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just an old, stale playbook that they trying to use in the modern era, the social media era, trying to see this worked when newspapers were out because fans didn't have a chance to chirp back and understand one, what the truth is, and two, to clap back, right? So with social media, people gonna call you out. And the way Terrell Owens called that guy out, and you might be able to subdue some of these bigger platforms, but it's a whole hell of a lot of smaller platforms that still got motion, that can all make things, move. And then the Browns fans, right? People on TV every day. My team not playing today, but I'm rooting for Shedeur. I'm a Steelers fan. Shedeur got a lot of fans in Pittsburgh, and you think they would have drafted him, but they intentionally only wanted to put him behind Aaron Rodgers. Like he good. Today the media tried it by asking if Shedeur felt Kevin Stefanski sabotaged him. He told them, "You trying to start something." That's crazy. They asked him that directly. It said, "Lord have mercy, that pass was fired." Yep. Exactly. They don't want his dominance. Yeah, they don't. They really don't. That agenda is to take credit for Shedeur Sanders' success. And they look like they brought him along at the so-called right time. It don't even look like that. Stefanski being exposed so much. I thought Stefanski is supposed to be this so-called QB guru. Why has he had 17 quarterbacks come up and left under Stefanski? Yeah, because he's not good. The fans see what's going on. The media already know what's going on. Yep, the media already know what's going on. Politics of control, politics of humiliation, working together. Jim Crow. It says Shedeur is a movement and not a moment. Please believe it. That's it. Cody Kessler knows the real deal. Right. And what did he say? I hate they did that to him. Now, you know me. I want somebody up there to talk about that part. But that's what they do when, and I just said this last night, right? Cam and Destroying got together and they were successful with these leagues. They have found them something else to do, so they won't pursue their own leagues at a larger level with adults, because they already started with the 3-on-3. And conveniently, they both got opportunities elsewhere. So if Shedeur wasn't in the league and Shiloh was kicked out the league, they could put their heads together and take off where, and they got the fan base, and take off where Cam and Destroy left off. And then they would find Shiloh something to do back in the league. That's why they refused to get rid of Shedeur, because they didn't want him to go somewhere else with his fan base. And they still don't, because he got more fans than he came in with. It said Queen is in full effect. Pay attention. Facts. Thank you. I agree with you. It said when you said they didn't know that he had such a large fan base and they pushed back. Yeah. And the crazy part is they know he sold 250 million in jerseys. And they still I'm like, are y'all crazy? And what did Trump say? Are y'all nuts? This kid can make all kind of money. In other words, he was exposing their agenda back then. He was exposing that they were an agenda, but did they quit? No. So when Shedeur got to Cleveland, they tried to make his life hell. How many people tried to stop Kevin Stefanski? Not Andrew Berry, not Haslam. This ain't Andrew Berry team, no. This Haslam team. My problem with Andrew Berry is he black and lured Shedeur there, knowing that they were going to always bait and switch because, like RK said, they had a campaign against this kid. And I said it started when he got to Cuba, when he got to October, #1 player coming out of college. And that's when the Browns decided we're going to get him to draft and destroy. As you can see, he landed there and they didn't want him. So they never wanted him. Bait and switch, fraud, racketeering, corruption, RICO. They don't want to believe it, but it's okay. It's going to creep right up on them. Because remember, I got these cases out here that's running through the courts. So let's see if they stop. It's too late for damage control. It ain't going to work. If Shedeur can't save Stefanski because he can't save his damn self. It says Stefanski is the damnedest. Right. He is. Hit the likes button, hit the likes button, hit the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. It said Essence and Miel, white on. Right. And that's what they don't understand. And I said, it's crazy. I said, I've been saying the NFL itself been putting all these black people around. Marshawn Lynch, got 50 Cent. We got what's the name? What's the dude's name? Method Man. We got Bucky coming out, but Bucky wasn't there when he got wild. Understand, they were looking for something. And now that y'all saying something happened to Allen Iverson, I'm gonna have to look into that. But they were looking for something that Shedeur has. If I'm doing all of this posturing and damage control, and I had already been saying, Shedeur got one hell of a case. And other people were saying it. Shedeur got one hell of a case. And then this kid get robbed. And I take the contents of his nightstand. And I spent more time covering up who I really am and who sent me than based on what I took and what I could have taken. Hit the like button, hit the like button. It said Queen here, her bag, chat. Pay attention. Thank you. It said need to boycott the Browns. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. It ain't going down like that. It ain't going down like that. It's not. They think it is, but it's not. It said no. It said don't gravitate over here. Stay on your side. Right. So they want to come this way before the truth comes out overall about the league and Cleveland and Stefanski and what happened to Shedeur. And you knew you had 2 lawsuits out there. You knew you had 1 when you did it. And you knew you had 2 when you kept on. And they want to save Stefanski. You can't save him from himself because he's still at it. And y'all let him do it. I said this last night on Twitter. I said, if Haslam keeps Stefanski up, this is now negligence. I'm like, anything moving forward is negligence because you know. And if you told Stefanski the goal was the winning, and you let him trot out Dylan to get ready, and Shedeur get hurt, set up, ill, or whatever, we own you. Because you set him up in the last game while you smiling in his face. He can't trust nobody over there. Nobody. Barry couldn't stop Stefanski. None of them. He in enemy territory. They done robbed his house. Maybe they try to run him off, but I'm pretty sure they was looking for something. They know he got evidence that he was going to be their #2 pick overall. And they know they're going to owe him about $500 million. And they know what they did to Deshaun, which is why he got $230 million. And they try to make Andrew Berry look stupid for that, and he don't have nothing to do with it. Big 12 legendary. There can only be one. That's facts. If the podcast that you follow is not becoming to you, then you should be coming here. What she said, sports. I'm going to start using that. Thank you. It said, you see that the Browns, what the Browns are doing halftime. Yeah, bringing in Outcasts from Atlanta. I sure do. I sure see it. Now they have Big Boy. That's it. That's it, guys. I'm telling you. And now you know why they brought Deshaun Watson. Now think about it. I could have brought Dylan. Don't he need to learn something? Don't he need to learn? Why bring Deshaun? He can't. Y'all won't even let him practice because he's black. And he was also a coach under Kevin Stefanski. And fans have already talked about it. The dude from last night. That what? He broke Deshaun down to a game manager. They knew they couldn't do that to Shedeur. They did it to Deshaun. Why? Because he don't have 6 million fans. So Shedeur's 6 million fans, the Shedeurians, the aunties, the uncles, the CU aunties, the NFL aunties. It's a page out here called NFL aunties. I don't know who runs it, but that exists too. Right? So it's aunties everywhere. It's everywhere. The Shedeurians. I'm starting to see the word Shedurian used more and more. Good, because that's what we are. We're Shedeurians. Because they want to act like we weren't Brown fans to separate us. So when we hold them accountable, we don't matter. But now, see, they couldn't really separate us like they thought. Because they ignorant to think that Shedurians or Shedeur Sanders fans are not Browns fans. How ignorant do you have to be? $250 million in jerseys. And you think they all were Browns fans? No, because they wanted Dylan. They were happy to wait back and see what Dylan did. They didn't take the time to look at film to see who Shedeur really was. And we try to tell them. I sent them links to the Baylor game. I'm like, if you just want to know who he is, just look right here. I told them 17-32. They didn't want to listen. They were like, when I used Fire Stefanski and the Halloween colors, they didn't even think about how it was Halloween. They thought it was smart to say, oh, I know they're not Browns fans because we've never been that loud and they not the right color. I'm like, it's Halloween, fool. You see? Want to attack people, and these are black people, want to attack people for standing up for Shedeur. They had a voice all this time. I'm proud of the ones who said, okay, screw this, who really weren't informed, who probably, what did I say early on? Based on what I know about Cleveland, there's some hardworking people. They ain't got time to look into it like this. So let us give you the information. But the black people who came my way, y'all dead to me. Because y'all ignorant. Because y'all had all of the reason to stand up for Shedeur and be loud. Why the hell would I whisper for accountability? That's ignorant. So y'all dead to me. So you, like John Morant said, you was on that side, stay your ass on that side. That's what you do. You want to be ignorant elsewhere, because this ain't the place. Yeah, they had an attitude and everything. It said, I came in at the right time. Fact, sure did. Remember CU with Lil Wayne? Yep. I got the match ready. You gonna burn it down. This was all planned. Yeah. Now the question is, how far back does it go? This is what freedom of speech and real speech means. Yep. It said, I just uploaded the cutest baby Myles Garrett and Shedeur Sanders short video on my channel. Okay, thank you. Why don't you drop us the link? Ask Kevin those kinds of questions. Right. Why they don't? Yeah, you see how they want to ask Shedeur, but they don't want to ask Kevin. You see, all this time, everybody been tiptoeing around Kevin, and he been telling you who the hell he was. And now they want all the fire departments in Cleveland to come put him out. It don't work. It's too late. He wasn't even being secretive with it. And I told y'all, I've been saying Haslam does not get a pass. I'm like, Haslam gonna fool around and be forced to sell this team. They act like it didn't already happen. And then they want to, let's get Gruden for the next head coach. No, the hell you not. Not if you bring an outcast out here. I'm like, you're going to have to pick. I'm like, because it ain't going to work. If you know to go get outcast, if you know this, if you know to go get outcast, then you know you can't play like that. Or if you want to keep trying it, okay. Just okay. That's all I can say. It said, share this message to all your platforms. It said, where there is smoke, there's what she says. Thank you. It said, yep, I think who? Bone Thug. And there's some rapper called Doughboy. Isn't he from Cleveland? Why they don't get him to do it? I know it's some rappers up there, at least in the region or something. But anyway, it said 12 out of Shedeur 30 passes were on the third down, because they used up the first down and the second down to run the ball. Pat Schumer does the same thing. The same thing. I'm restricting your opportunity to get warmed up. I'm making it harder for you to succeed. I'm increasing the difficulty for you to succeed. Kevin Stefanski didn't invent nothing. He's just using Pat Schumer's techniques, which is why I have said so many times. 2 trains going down the same track with 2 people holding hands. Pat Schumer, Kevin Stefanski. What's going on in Cleveland to take down Shedeur is exactly what was going on in Colorado to take down Coach Prime's program. Hurting Caden, hurting Juju. It was meant to run Juju off. And it actually did hurt Caden. And I said he should sue, and I don't care what nobody thinks, because he came to Colorado for what Shedeur had, and they didn't even give him a sleeve. Juju neither. You see, Shedeur got a sleeve, and he was able to overcome. That's why it matters. So I don't know. That situation is a little strange over there. Yes, indeed. It said third 5+ screens rigged. Yep. It said it's best to be thought of as a fool than to speak and prove one. Facts all day. Make a rookie pass on 12 third downs in a game was crazy, right? To make him try to fail. And everybody in the football world knows what's happening. This is why now they want to come to Shedeur and ask him about Stefanski. But they won't even hold Stefanski accountable for not being able to say Shedeur's name. The guy that we had on the video yesterday, for y'all that weren't here, I'm going to play it for you. I'll play it for you. There was a guy, I'm going to have to kind of blurb it out because he was just kind of going in. This is a Browns fan. They are starting to tell what's been going on other Stefanski, whether it was Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson, and they now telling you what they've been noticing, and they knew what was going on with Shedeur. Everybody want to tell the truth now, and I'm fine with that. But they should have been told it, especially the black people. This on y'all. This on y'all, because y'all should have told it, because y'all should have known. And when people try to tell you, you should have listened or at least informed yourself or something. But for this to go on as long as it did, this on a lot of people's heads. It's just negligence all the way around. Here it is right here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start this guy over. All right. Let me make sure y'all can see my screen first. I don't even know who this is. I just know he's a fan and he's telling what's been going on. All right. If you weren't here last night, this is what we were talking about.
So I've been telling you all year that Kevin Stefanski fucking, when he hates a player, there's nothing you can do to get. He hated Baker Mayfield, he got rid of him. Deshaun Watson, he didn't hate him. He just would refuse to devise an offense. He didn't want to tailor his broken down 8-play offense to Deshaun Watson's talent, so he forced him to become a pocket quarterback. I can't believe nobody else has seen this on the Browns. He forced Deshaun Watson to be a game manager, to be a pocket quarterback in an 8-play high school offense, and now he just flat out hates Shedeur Sanders, and it's so obvious by the answers. He won't even just the disdain he has for Shedeur Sanders when he mentions his name. And this is what I've been saying about this clown putting his ego up, his goddamn ego and his agenda above the team. He wasted a whole fucking season starting that little fucking dwarf. Those players in that locker room know this. He wasted a whole season starting this fucking midget, Dylan Gabriel. The Browns, if they started Sanders, he would have progressed weekly and gotten better every game. They'd be in the playoffs right now, probably leading that division.
All right. Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat so y'all can hear it long. You go over the rest of it with him. He's telling you what's been going on. They know he wasted an entire season. They know Shedeur Sanders, if he had started the season, they would be in playoff contentions. The fans are just now realizing this is just now. He knew it. He said it. I can't believe people didn't know or couldn't see this, right? Check the chat. I'm going to put the link in the chat. The only link from me is this, guys, so you'll know it's a safe link. All right. So basically, he's telling you that Stefanski's ego and his agenda, right? And like he said, he hated Mayfield. He said, but he didn't hate Deshaun. He just wouldn't create an offense for Deshaun's skill set. He tried to break Deshaun down into a game manager, which is what Dillard is. He did hate Deshaun. What people don't want to admit, this man hates black quarterbacks, period. And what I told people is incompetence is one thing. Racism is another. And incompetence does not excuse racism. In fact, people have been calling the Browns incompetent, excusing racism all along. This has been happening. Oh, they incompetent. No, they racist. Because they didn't destroy Baker Mayfield. He was allowed to get out. They won't even let Deshaun go back to practice. So he can look good. So another team can get him. They just want to destroy Deshaun. They want to destroy Shedeur. Incompetence, Racism. I don't want to invite you for Thanksgiving. I want to scalp your hair and put it in my cushions. I want to tie you up to a truck and drag you down the goddamn street. Racism. James Byrd, racism. Tulsa, Oklahoma, racism. That's why Deshaun was there. So now I don't know if somebody else can file the lawsuit. I don't know what state could be filed in Georgia. It could be filed in any state. It could be filed in New York. It could be filed in Cleveland. I don't really know. But I know something is happening. And I know they are in damage control mode, and everybody is. And they tried it out Deshaun Watson because of Stefanski and how he was treated. And every day. And now they want to use Shedeur to redeem Stefanski, but don't want to ask Stefanski shit. At the same time, Stefanski is actively stabbing Shedeur in the back, smiling in his face. And it seems that he has recruited players to help take down Shedeur. And they not doing it for free. So are we now talking about bribery, which falls under racketeering? Everybody want to save Stefanski, but Stefanski. He didn't care about his family, his wife, his kids, his father, his mother, his whole family, whoever shared his last name, reputation. He didn't care about nobody. He only cared about controlling Shedeur, acting like he a goddamn overseer, and Shedeur's name is Kunta Kinte, and he wanted to be Toby. That's all he cared about. That's the agenda. And Haslam let him do it. Now, the damage control is too late for that. I don't know if it's too late for Haslam, but we got more games to see, so pay attention. Pay attention. It said, bring that game, Queen. It said, bring that game, Queen. You exposing the system. Actually, they exposing them damn selves. I'm just showing it to you. I mean, it's out there. Just like this guy knew, hell, I know other people know. Just like Cody Kessler called it out, other people have called it out, right? But accountability is where everybody want to walk away from. But when everybody calls it out, accountability gonna come from somewhere. It's gonna come from somewhere. And again, you got to be out your rabbit mind, paying big money to stay off the executive branch's radar. The executive branch shows up for the second time, and you want to still play. All right, well, let's see. Let's see, because the 49ers game is coming up, since that happened. So let's see what happens. Shedeur's on the depth chart. So it's almost like they used the president coming back and saying, I told you so, to put Shedeur on the depth chart, instead of telling Stefanski, now Dylan ain't coming back out here. Why the hell they tiptoeing around Stefanski other than he know where the bodies are buried? I don't give a damn about their politics. Shedeur ain't got nothing to do with this, and he shouldn't be burdened with this. So they need to take that offline somewhere else and deal with it. The mob, something, no accountability at all. It said it's best to be thought of being a fool than to speak and be proven one. Yep. It's somebody. It said, yeah, that was foul. Jerry getting the ball and slapped out of his hands. I mean, that's what happened when you start running. He knew what to do. It said they talk about Winston like he's a scrub, and he balled out on Sunday and damn near almost beat the Lions. And guess what? What did I say when on the last game that he damn near won for them? His receiver stopped running. Yeah. Jameis Winston was like, it's not just Shedeur. Shedeur just has 6 million fans. Okay, 10. Shedeur has 10 million fans now. 10 million fans. I said when all this started, the NFL want to go to war with its fans. That's what you're going to get. We close. Because Cleveland already done gone to war with theirs. And the longer this goes on, people going to be like, why the NFL not doing nothing? I guess as long as the media they bought and paid for don't say it, they think it's going to be cool. They saying Tommy is about to go to UCLA. They probably are trying to get him up out of there. It said after 17 quarterbacks, what standards? What standards? Right. That's what I'm saying. It said we all see it. Game knows game. Facts. And that's what they hate to admit. So coming for Black women to sell us, to attach your name to ads for Essence and Miel, which are not Black owned, to try to get Black women while you're actively to court Black women while you're actively discriminating against Shedeur, when Black women overwhelmingly bring Black men into this world, and you want to come to us, that's your biggest mistake. So you should have came to us at a time of peace. You want to come to us during damage control time while you out here trying to turn Jameis Winston and Shedeur into Kunta Kinte. We not with that. And we know both of them companies not black owned. It might be a few people that don't know, but the educated, we know. The intellectuals, we know. The average person that use those products, we know, we found out. We saw the memo. But that's what it is, damage control. So now they creeping from getting the rappers to come in. Now let me go get the black women. You mean the 92% of us that voted? That's who you want to get? Okay, good luck with that shit. That's going to be your mistake. It said, remember, we still have power of our dollar. Yep, because of how we spend it. It said, I think Mary Cabot is a handler. She in the business because she been there 31 years. She also knows where the bodies are buried. She also knows that black excellence is in full effect. Facts. It said it's a major attack on black excellence. That's what it is. And crazy thing, right? You wanna have some kind of control and influence over a league where the talent is, I just say 80% black, but you want the leadership to be 95% white. And at the same time, you want to actively discriminate against black quarterbacks because they are considered leadership because they are the most important position on the team. Why do we know this? Because you have told us incessantly. And you have told us in a manner that you wanted us to know. That's why you're keeping it from Shedeur. Because you don't want him to have any influence, any say-so. You're not dumb, you're ignorant. You're ignorant because you think we can't see it. You think if you attach your name to products that have been previously used by black people that were previously owned, that we're going to allow you to tie Shedeur up to a tree and whip him until he says his name is Toby. Absolutely not. And I don't even know whatever made you think that. You are coming for the 92% that voted for Kamala Harris because you know black people spend money, which is why you came for black women's leadership jobs and fired over 300,000 black women and taken and devaluing professional degrees that black women hold. And you want to come for us such as a time as this while you over here abusing Shedeur and think we not going to say nothing? That's your mistake. You don't know us like that. Whatever stereotype fantasy you got going on in your head, that's where it needs to stay. So come this way if you want to. Come this way if you want to. You're going to find out. Allen Iverson can tell you all about Ed Stefanski. I bet he can, but I don't know him. So somebody else going to have to tell me. It's that they feel like it's their job to make Shedeur like hell because his dad, this has nothing to do with his father. Absolutely nothing. Because Jameis Winston is in the same boat. They trying to take down Jalen Hurts. They made Pat Mahomes climb his way up the ladder, and he still ain't up there. That's why I can stop saying that. This racism is not about Coach Prime. The only thing I will let you say about Coach Prime is that he was the best to ever do it. He has two sons that can play professional ball, and they don't want the Sanders football legacy to be greater than the Manning football legacy. They don't want everybody talking about the Sanders and not talking about the Manning kid coming out of college or who Peyton Manning used to be. Or now they talking about his son because Peyton Manning has a son. Now they want to talk about him. They want the Manning family legacy. They want them to be NFL royalty. They don't want that for the Sanders. They only have been pretending that that's what they were going to do until it was time to show and prove. Coach Prime did nothing. Which is why he probably was in Mark Davis's booth watching his son play on the other team. They feel like it's their job. Yeah, they made his life hell intentionally. It was to break him down, but it did work. And then they try to hold him back in the game, manipulating the game plan, apparently enlisting the services of Jerry Jeudy and possibly Cedric Tillman. And guess what? He still won the damn game. So all they did was waste their time and get exposed. That's it. But the Browns are extra value from his labor. It's legalized theft. Interesting. It said the revolution is finally televised. It said entire industry is on trial. Power to us. Keep exposing them. It said I straighten up and slide right. He is either mentally ill or on the take. Some people say he on rugs, Nia. You talking about Kevin Stefanski? Yeah. Later for number 3. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. It said Barry is smart. It said Deshaun helping Shedeur on the sideline and Barry embracing him after the game was genius. Right. Stefanski is cooked because it shows you. What did I say? Barry been getting his way. Stefanski has been vetoed every time he make a decision. I said, when is Stefanski going to realize they're pushing him on an island? When is he going to realize that Barry is actually flexing in his face and bringing Deshaun to help Shedeur, something they know Stefanski did not want? Because what has happened to anybody that gravitated towards Shedeur, and that should tell you that Stefanski is likely the reason Tony Brown was retaliated against, because Haslam don't be there, and Andrew Barry is not customer facing like that. He's not around like that. We hadn't seen him for weeks, and then he pop out with the somebody that Stefanski refuses to let to come back to practice. How the hell is he going to trade him? He can't, because nobody knows what he's going to do. So it's really Barry against Stefanski, and Haslam is using both of them at different times. Barry, go on, get me Shedeur. You know what? We're not going to get him. I tell you what, go ahead and get him because we got a call. Stefanski, don't let him on the field. No matter what you do, don't let him on the field. Okay, go ahead and let him on the field when we need to sell season tickets. So here come Outcast after I've been discriminated against Shedeur. It's crazy. When will they stop? When will they learn? They're going to learn the hard way, though. Some people got to fall on that sword, though. They got to fall on that sword. It said if Kevin doesn't straighten up and fly right, he is either mentally ill or on the take or rugs, because you got to be crazy. Like I said, you got to be out your rabbit mind. Hey, how you doing, Amber? It said Kevin better straighten up, and yes, he does. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he realized, okay, I'm beat. If I want to keep my job, because honestly, what he know, I don't know what would happen to him if they just let him walk. I don't know. They find ways to do things, so I don't know, right? I don't know. It says Stefanski will try to hide behind the phrase, he is a rookie. Miss me with that. Right. So we're going to see what happens with that. Hide behind any and everything. Stefanski is mentally immature and mentally unstable. He's also abusive. It said traits of a person with borderline personality disorder. He got something. I know he fixated on Shedeur, just like he fixated on Dylan. He's fixated on holding Shedeur back. It's the same thing. Some kind of compulsory type disorder. But he's not ill. He's ignorant. It said, Shedeur said, I don't tell them what to say. It said the look on his face was, but I am sure not telling them to stop saying the truth. Sarah's daughter is no longer black owned. Right. And what do? When you get somewhere, let me find something else for you to do. That's been the whole way through. Do you know that's exactly what integration was about? Black people had their own bus company. They had 2,000 buses. We didn't need to take their bus. We didn't. Integration happened just like the Tulsa race massacre happened for the same reason. Oh, y'all independent. Y'all don't need us. White benevolence is a tenet of white supremacy that we need them. Whenever we show we don't. Well, let's just take this and let's just take that. That's all it is. That's all it is. People just need to understand everything that's happening to Shedeur and these other quarterbacks. It's not just happening to Shedeur. You can see it with Shedeur because he has 6 million people that they want to shut the hell up. And they think going after black women to get more black women to talk about this is going to make people shut the hell up. And I don't know why you would do that. You really think we're going to choose y'all over Shedeur, over these other black players? I don't give a damn what these people talk about on YouTube and they try to divide black people. Half them channels, not even legit channels. Start looking at these playlists. You're going to find out that people are really just out here manufacturing all sorts of kind of things to cause division. But what they better understand at the end of the day, it will always be when one of us run, we all run. And we don't say nothing to each other. We don't even look at each other for a signal. We like that. And that's what they don't get. That's what they don't get. When black people first came to this country as slaves, when they brought black people over here, they didn't want black people to speak their own language because they didn't understand the language. Braids. Black people use braids to communicate. Locks, not dreads. Well, a form of resistance. That's why they don't want you to wear your hair like that. That's why they prefer you straighten your hair to look more and fit and assimilate. It will always be to assimilate. All they wanted Shedeur to do was assimilate. Because they can't defeat him. So I need him to assimilate. And for whatever reason, they think we ain't gonna say nothing. And now they know different. And now they want Shedeur to do like this and think we all gonna be quiet. I don't know what the hell y'all think got going on. But there are cases where the state steps in and take over, even if the person it happened to doesn't want to file charges. The state like, we got this. Same thing. So I don't care what your ass should do. We see what you're doing. We don't know what he's seeing. We know y'all working him though. Y'all working his father too. If you put it all together, Outkast, Coach Prime in the booth, asking Shedeur about Stefanski, Deshaun, all of it. Haslam, Barry, all of it. Damage control. The industry despise to have athletes that have futures on their lives, and the disdain from that incident in ATL with Dion taking it out on Shedeur. Incident from Atlanta. You're not talking about the prank call, right? That wasn't even the Falcons. The NFL lied. That was the New York Giants. Yeah, that's why they don't talk about it. And they only made that kid apologize because if any of y'all are corporate and understand cybersecurity, you get in real trouble as a corporation revealing somebody's number or somebody personal information, PII. You get, that's big time fines for companies. They lied and said it was the Falcons. It wasn't a data breach. They gave it out to 2,000 people trying to make fun of Shedeur. And you know how you know? Because they had him, his phone number go out to 2,000 people who did not need to know, including the equipment managers. Who is it the Browns had Shedeur throwing to before the 53-man roster was cut? The equipment managers. They have done so much that is documented, they are wasting their time. We are way past damage control. It's a matter of whose feet are getting ready to burn and how far up the fire will escalate. That's the chapter that we on. That's not where they at because they ignorant and they arrogant. But that's really what's happening. And you can see it with all of the damage control that's happening. Everybody trying to protect themselves. Haslam, Barry, some people trying to protect Stefanski. You don't hear him trying to protect himself because he tried to show y'all who he was. And I said, like a dumb cop, a dumb robber group in a movie where it's always one robber gonna get everybody roped up. Stefanski. Give him the damn reps, please. God help him. It said he don't give him no room. Nope, he don't. I like how he went viral. But they don't seem to be talking about accountability no more. Yeah, this has nothing to do with Coach Prime because of his dad. This is giving him an out. Kevin is just a horrible coach and far worse person. Right. Remember, Gil does no longer own his podcast. Well, yeah, he used to, but we don't know what happened to that. Kevin on his own. That's what I say. He on his own. He did this. He on his own. Why the hell they out here trying to save him? The fact that they trying to save him should tell you everything. Let's see if he dragged them all the way to hell with him. Because I'm not convinced he's not going to sabotage Shedeur in the game. We just now know what we looking for. So that's probably why they tiptoeing around him. Because, you know, he going to tell on everybody, I guess. Thank you, Mister, for reposting the stream. It said Raiders are a professional football team. Yep. It said they keep saying the Giants are going to hire Stefanski. It's funny how Pat Schumer tried to get Stefanski a job with the Giants and they didn't want to hire him. They said no. So they hired Pat Schumer, but they didn't want Stefanski. And I was like, they must have knew what kind of idiot he was. And that's why they didn't want him. Believe me, if they hire Stefanski, it is to get him the hell out of Cleveland because it's on fire. That's why. That's it. That's what you do. You move people. you know what? Let's just put him over here. We don't care what happened next, but just put him over here to the end of the season. Because it's hot over here. Understand, it's hot. So let's see what move they make next. And it's probably gonna have something to do with Stefanski. It said the Cleveland Browns podcast channel broke down QBR stat, and he said he will never use it again. He said QBR is created by ESPN and it's busted. Yep, they right. They right. And see, ESPN, 10% of ESPN is owned by who? The NFL. You can't trust that. You can't even use that no more. I said that yesterday. You can't listen to nothing they say over there because it's a conflict of interest, in my opinion, for the NFL to own 10% of ESPN. But see, they sold out the NFL Network, who was nasty and did a horrible hit job on Shedeur Sanders, a horrible character assassination. And then they were conveniently sold off to ESPN in exchange for 10% of ESPN. So anything they say, it's just propaganda. Stefanski will not be redeemed. Now, you're going to need Jesus for that. It says some black people are some people, I told you, everybody didn't leave the plantation. Everybody did not leave it. You got to understand that. And you can't force them to get it. You just got to gravitate to people who are like-minded. Yes, you're able to put a link in the chat this moment because I'm getting ready to wrap up. But I don't like people putting links in the chats because if it's spam and it mess up somebody's computer, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Like nothing. That's why when y'all send me links, I'm very careful before I open it. That's why I have to know who you are, because I don't need nobody trying to take out my laptop because I got a lot of shit on here. Just like Shedeur got shit, I got shit. So understand that. I ain't just out here opening links. So I'll let you do it today, but going forward, no links. Because I don't want people destroying nobody else's stuff out of retaliation for being here or anything else. It said, after Shedeur's statement about Kevin Stefanski, I have already read a comment saying that they knew that wasn't true about the head coach. Right. And it didn't matter what Shedeur say. They just wanted him to not say he racist out loud. And they going to use anything he say and twist it and spit it, which is why you got this, to get it time to say the right thing. He's not trying to cover for him. And it don't matter what the hell they think. Of course, that's what they're going to do. They did Michael Vick. It said they only asked Shedeur about Stefanski to get audio clips. He was actually annoyed by the reporter saying, you just like to cause trouble, huh? Yeah, that's it. No, Shedeur. What did it say? Check the parlay that was wagered on that included 3. I know there was one. I know there was a game or somebody had bet, and they bet that Jerry was going to go 49 yards. He went 39 yards and stopped. So that's why people will say he's point shaving. I see something totally different. But this is what Stefanski said, Jerry Jeudy. Let me share that part. Hold on one second because I saved it. Okay. The article is called "The Cleveland Browns Sent a Firm Message to Jerry Jeudy After Embarrassing Outing." Now, understand this. Based on what Kevin Stefanski said, I don't know where the firm message came from. I'm sharing this with y'all. Let me do this. There's a part that's outlined in purple that you're going to instantly see when it pop up on the screen. And then I'm going to get myself out of here because I got to come back. Okay. It said, the other shaky showing from the receiver, meaning Jerry Jeudy, they expected to be their go-to weapon. So they're saying Jeudy managed just one catch in Sunday's 24-10 win over the Las Vegas Raiders, and it turned into a disaster. He broke loose for 39-yard gain, but slowed up. See, that's the point people are missing. But slowed up near the end of the run with multiple Raiders that were closing in. It said that hesitation proved costly. A defender punched the ball out from behind, wiping potential points off the board. This is why they say he point shaving. Wiping potential points off the board and leaving Cleveland stunned by the unforced mistake. Now, nobody forced him to do any of that. That's the whole point, right? Then you have Stefanski. Stefanski, 6'3", 230 pounds, 230 pounds. He was 6'3", 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 230 po I have no idea what would possess him to try the hop step. You're not at, I think this might be Stefanski. Hold on. It said, this might be somebody else. It said, you're not at the goal line. There are a lot of dudes behind you. It's inexcusable. This is somebody from a podcast in Cleveland. He's had a miserable year with a few exceptions. Jason Lloyd of The Athletic said on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, of all the drops he's had this year, that was the worst. So before Stefanski must be next. So understand, people had been calling Jerry Jeudy out, okay? I have no idea that what will possess him to try that hop step. You're not at the goal line. There are a lot of people behind you. It's inexcusable. He's had a miserable year with a few exceptions. And of all of the drops he's had this year, that was the worst. Understand, it wasn't even about the drop. And this is people still covering. And because maybe they know. Understand this. What did it say right here? He broke loose for a 39-yard gain, but slowed up. This first part right here to the word slowed up near the end of the run, that's the part that should get him investigated. For bribery or point shaving, pick one. They both illegal. But bribery exposes the organization and Kevin Stefanski, who's already in trouble. Whether they want to fire him or not, that's on them. But he's in trouble. That's why all of this damage control. So let's listen to what Stefanski said, right? Somebody told me, what on earth was Jeudy doing? Just a wild fumble. Was it really a fumble? No, it wasn't. It said Browns coach Kevin Stefanski addressed the embarrassing play by Jeudy during his Monday press conference. He will be better. That's really a play that we expect him to make. That's a huge play for our football team. We were about to get 7 points, if not 3, on that drive, and that's a big play for us. Jerry knows this, and we remind him and remind our players, it's always the guy that you can't see that they're coming. So I don't think it was a loaf. It was a lack of ball security technique. Did he address the slowing down? No. But what he admitted is we are about to get 7 points. And if they had 7 points, Shedeur would have 2 touchdowns. 1 to Jerry Jeudy and 1 to Dylan Sampson. Do you see what he said? He didn't actually hold him accountable. He made excuses and said it was ball technique. And neither Stefanski nor the guy at the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show addressed what the author said of this article by some outlet. He slowed down. That's the point that people want to overlook. That's the point that should have got him suspended. That's the point that he should be investigated for. But the reason why they probably not is because Kevin Stefanski, because he in on it. If he was point shaving and it really was a problem, he wouldn't be that docile. But his comment wouldn't be that, yeah, it was just a point of ball security. It had nothing to do with that. He stopped. He slowed down so he could get caught because they were going to get 7 points. The bigger picture here is Stefanski himself took Shedeur out the game, so he wasn't rewarded with 12 points. So Jerry Jeudy stopped another 7 points or 6 points. That's 21 points Shedeur could have had in the first half and then come back to Dylan at the end. He could have had 4 touchdowns. Whether he, and maybe Quishon Junkins, let's give him one by himself that Shedeur handed off and run to him. They took him off the field because they knew it would negate his QBR, which is why Rex Ryan was ready with, Shedeur didn't do nothing. It was the defense because that was the plan. And Jerry Jeudy's a part of that plan. This is fraud. There's likely bribery. This is racketeering. This is collusion. This is the Browns setting up their own quarterback. And you want to come to black women when you setting up Shedeur, you want to run over here to us. Good luck with that shit. Because you damn sure knew to restrict them degrees and get 300,000 women fired. So I don't know what the hell you hoping for now. So that's what it is, guys. Now you see Stefanski. It was ball dropping technique. He slowed down. It was planned. It had the same result as Stefanski taking Shedeur out of the game twice in the end zone, so he wouldn't get credit for the touchdowns. Stefanski Wildcat, Jerry Jeudy slowing down to prevent a touchdown. Let's see who puts that together. Let's see who talks about that. Point shaving targets Jerry Jeudy. If you target Jerry Jeudy slowing down, it raises questions. And if you look at everything that happened with the red zone Wildcats, and you look at Jerry Jeudy, then you go to the locker room and you see how Stefanski tries to make Shedeur seem irrelevant to the success of the team. It's all spelled out there for you. Fraud. But people don't want to see it. They'd rather spend time trying to prove Stefanski's not racist. Well, let's see how that works out. It said, I thought he was talking about the team being in a good moment. I think he was trying to say they're good right this moment. I don't know. Give short, non-specific answers, Shedeur. Right. His eyes tell everything. It said, this is true because I was watching the show with Chris Sims when they talked about everyone pushing back about Shedeur not getting the game ball. And Sims said Shedeur was not the reason they won because they don't want to admit that. The NFL wants to be able to trade Shedeur to another team as anything other than a QB1 and start the clock over. The only way you're going to do that with as talented as this kid is to keep Stefanski around, to keep setting him up in these games that he played, or to put Dylan in, or to get Shedeur hurt or sick, injured, ill, whatever. Who's protecting and covering for Stefanski? Answer that question. And then it'll all make sense. It said the fans will be watching everything and calling it out. It said he seems to have low energy today. He ought to be tired of the bullshit. It wears on you. It does. It wears on you. Remember, 6 million followers have 6 million different minds that follow 12. But they all agree on one damn thing. They're not going to sit quiet while the NFL take down Shedeur Sanders. It said, why they don't ask these questions to Kevin? Very good point. Who's a legendary fool? Oh, somebody's a legendary. It said it's required for the players to give an interview per contracts. They don't have to, you can answer questions in a way that you don't let them get to you, right? Like, I thought he did good when he was like, I don't want to look at the past. I get that. That was deflected. I don't know if I would have said we're good now, but he still worked there. So it's kind of like, I'm going to give you this breadcrumb over here, but I'm not going to give you the breadcrumb over here. I mean, I'm not mad at him. He is in an impossible situation where they want him to restore Stefanski's reputation while Stefanski is simultaneously trying to upend his career. So they trying to force Shedeur to help out Stefanski while Stefanski ruins and destroys Shedeur. We don't care about you. We'll put you in any kind of situation. Just protect Stefanski. You know why? So he can keep doing it. So he don't get it. So Haslam is not forced to move off of Stefanski. It said a good moment and not a good movement. Pay attention, Chad. Yep. Arrogance. That's all it is. He's an idiot. That's it. It said there's no saving him. Since he has decided to be the face of the NFL biases, racism, collusion, manipulation, slavery, blueprint, then F him. Exodus 34:7. Facts. I mean, that's just it right there, right? That's just it, right? Like that's why I said there's no saving him. This man did this on purpose. He didn't have to do none of this publicly. He could have covered it all up. He wanted you to know. And now the same people that he wanted to know want Shedeur to save Stefanski because they tried to save Stefanski before the game and it didn't work. Now they want Shedeur to come and save Stefanski after he gets set up by Shedeur, so Stefanski can go out here and do it again next week. Stefanski is the reason Jerry Jeudy was not taken out the game. And the fact that Jerry Jeudy went to hug Shedeur, Stefanski keep touching on Shedeur and keep wanting to be seen with Shedeur should let you know they working together. and they trying to throw Shedeur off. He better be careful. Like I said, his family out there up there. Bucky need to be up there, for real. Bucky need to be up there. They only bully people when they by themselves and isolated. James Byrd was by himself and isolated. They would have never done that if other people were around. The one thing they can't stand is to get busted and in trouble. That's why they lie. Lie, lie, lie. To the ends of the earth. To the ends of the earth. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't know why they keep asking Shedeur. It said his kid's gonna be scarred, his whole damn family. And that's probably why they're trying to fix it. If I had to guess, it's because of his father. And his father should have taught his son better. He should have taught his son better. Stefanski is sliding down a razor blade into a tub of scandal, right? Of alcohol. Facts, he is. And you know what? Haslam gonna be right there with him. And Stefanski, from what I gather, the way they tiptoeing around Stefanski gonna hold on to Haslam's leg and drag him as if they trying to get rid of Stefanski, but he like, you coming with me. Stay tuned, people. There's a reason why they haven't fired him. There's a reason why they keep vetoing him. And maybe they the reason Trump came out and was like, I told you so. Well, you heard the president, Stefanski, we got to keep rolling with Shedeur. They scared. I think they scared because, see, they went and got him, I'm pretty sure. And they came up with this plan and he been executing it all fine. What did Haslam say a few weeks ago when people was talking about fire Stefanski? No, Stefanski's done good work for us. I'm like, must be that off the field work. And it is. See what happens in just a few weeks? What becomes apparent? Now, let's see if it becomes apparent that people realize that Jerry Jeudy slowed down, even though it's already out there. And that he did the same thing Stefanski did. Disrupted Shedeur from making a touchdown so he became irrelevant, so his QBR could be low, so Rex Ryan could start popping off at the mouth about it, so the NFL can say, he's not that good. Let's trade him as a QB2 or QB3. That's the plan. But the kid is good. So they need Shedeur's validation that Stefanski isn't a problem to keep Stefanski. They want Shedeur to rescue the person who been targeting him and making his life hell. So when he said, we're at a good moment, like I said, the moment could have started 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago. He ain't say nothing about that game. So don't read too much into that. Just know he's doing his best as a 23-year-old young man in an extremely difficult situation that he has emerged from, and the media want to drag him back to it and make him keep thinking about it by asking about it and want him to also excuse Stefanski. Hell no. So I don't think he did bad. I don't think he did bad because I ain't going to tell you I could have did better at 23 under all of that pressure, trying to survive what Shedeur has already described as an extremely difficult situation. He letting you know, yeah, it was some shit, but you see him out here trying to make it nice. A moment is this big. So don't worry about that. Just keep loving on him because I told you this shit can be hard. The Dylan Gabriel faded into the ether. I thought they was bots because they gone. I'm like, what happened to the Dylan fans? And even the Browns media store, whatever they call it, the Browns store, they got all of this Shedeur stuff. Like Shedeur gonna be there forever. Like he the star of our team. The only person who doesn't know that and doesn't respect it is Kevin Stefanski. He knows and refuses to concede that he was wrong, had a plot, whatever. See, he don't know when to quit. And Haslam gonna get dragged down in the dirt with Stefanski. He better let go. And that's what they don't want to do. Because how many people you gonna get to act like this? How many people gonna torch their whole family for $3.5 million, the lowest damn salary for coaches out here? How many people gonna really be a servant leader to the detriment of everybody, their mama, their daddy, their wife, their kids, their own self, the team, the city, the fans? You're not gonna get a lot of people to do that. It takes a special kind of fool to set themselves and their whole damn family and livelihood on fire. So they either scared to let him go or they need him to finish the job. And they don't care about him either because I know he getting torched out here. His family too. Kevin Stefanski's hatred will be his downfall, and Almighty Yah is exposing his evil heart and intentions to the world. Facts. That's just it. That's it. Number 3 is a thief, not to be trusted. Right. And after they both did the same thing to deny Shedeur of touchdowns, they both went to hug Shedeur and be out in his face and act like, we didn't do nothing to you. So they're trying to manipulate him in real time like he's stupid. Not a media trying to do it. So if you want to know why he seems he's tired, this is a lot. They know what they be doing. Stefanski is horrible. Absolutely. There is no redemption for him. If they think him coming out there and saying what he said gonna make us stop talking about this situation, that's exactly why I have a Patreon. See, I'm proactive. I'm proactive. It never made sense to me. His face all over their website. Yep, sure did. As QB3, and now he QB1. The Shedeur movement is in full effect, and that's what they need to understand. It's a movement. That's what they need to understand. It's a movement. It's not a moment. And when they said this kid has power, the way LeBron James has power and influence, all of these sponsors gravitated towards him. All of these fans. You think you could treat LeBron like that with all of those fans watching? No. No. And people are saying Shedeur need to get the hell out of Cleveland. Those people don't understand. Shedeur can't just get the hell out of Cleveland. Not unless he's ready to let his career go. And I don't think he should do that. Not when you see God coming to his aid and carrying him. Absolutely not. Because he actually, while he's there and taking a beating, they are being exposed and people are actually calling it out. And there are things happening behind the scenes that you can't see. And that's what all of this concerted effort to do damage control and desperation is coming to Shedeur. So now I know you're desperate. So, well, y'all, we're going to get out of here. This was good. I hope y'all found it informative. This is everything that was going on. 187 of us. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm 250 away, or just a little bit about 250 away from 6,000, which is my goal for Christmas Eve. Hit the button. I appreciate y'all loving on the commentary. Thank you for the customers at What She Said Sports.com. If you go shopping, make sure you use my code NOLA Girl, all caps, at checkout. Thank you so much. Download the shop app. It's free. And it can track all of your the status of your packages, so you never have to guess. Has it shipped? Because you'll get it. We got your order. It's in process. It's shipping soon. It's shipped. Here's the tracking number. It's being out for delivery on this date. It's out for delivery right now. It's been delivered. It's been picked up all the way from beginning to end. And I like it like that. So I'll see y'all later. It is 5 o'clock. I might not be back till 10:35, but because it's already 5 o'clock now. If I come back in an hour, I got too much to do. So I'll be running around doing stuff, and I'll see y'all tonight at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on What She Said Sports. Thanks, everybody. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. I hope y'all enjoyed today's show.